Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword HAPPY at realradio921.com. That's HAPPY. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
I love bananas.
I like bananas.
You like bananas?
Of course I love bananas.
Why should I care?
Because it's National Banana Day.
Yeah, bananas are delicious. Why is that our problem?
Do you know how many things you can make
From the banana?
So many things.
It's National Banana Day.
Banana peels are really slippery.
National Banana Day.
Happy National Banana Day.
Bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Showtime.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're just like, you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Jimmy.
We haven't had to pull it for quite a while, so we got to lube it up.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
Yes, it is National Banana Day, and that's something that I do enjoy, are bananas on a regular basis. They're good for you, and we'll talk about bananas today and what they can do to improve you. An extra bonus to maybe hit the lottery if you eat bananas. We'll tell you about that later today. 14 chances a day to win $1,000. That is back. We started this week. We need somebody to win $1,000. Please, somebody step up, win $1,000. And we got Barrett Jackson tickets for you today, 11:45. Big event that you will enjoy this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's at the fairgrounds. So much more in the Penthouse. WWGD later in the program, where I give directions and I give advice. It's always a full crew and always a good time. Thanks for listening to Real Radio 921. And now we have our great team that we'd love to introduce to you in the morning. Jimmy, good morning.
Hello and good morning.
And the G and Great is definitely here. Hello, Francis.
Hi, happy Hump Day.
Hump Day. You can get involved with us 4 different ways. You can call us at 877-927-6969. You could also text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Most important thing, Jimmy, how do you feel today?
Doing much better. Thank you both very much for asking earlier in the day and getting around. No more cane. Just got to get a little bit more flexibility back into the knee. But boy, it's feeling much better. Thank you both very much, and thanks for everybody that reached out too.
Nice.
The messages that were sent in were very kind, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Miss Francis, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good, Mr. Greek. Thank you for asking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday, so it is National Banana Day.
It is. It's National Banana Day.
Actually, can I pop a couple bubbles?
Yeah, what's up?
It's actually Wednesday, and we're giving away Sunfest tickets. Today is Wednesday, is it not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? What happened?
I said Barrett Jackson?
Barrett Jackson, then you said it was Tuesday.
Oh, okay, sorry. Whatever.
So 2 things we need to correct.
So, for the record, it's Hump Day. We got WWGD Day.
I thought you were telling him it wasn't Banana Day.
And we have Sunfest tickets, and it is Banana Day.
Banana Day.
So put it all in a basket, banana basket, and boy, that's a lot of fun. Here we go.
If you got it correct,
you know we never get that. Well, I don't. We is too many. You know he never gets the days right here in the Penthouse.
No, I don't.
Ever.
No. I had to meet somebody last night, and they were like, "We were supposed to meet Monday." I'm like, "Oh, is today Monday?" They go, "It's Tuesday."
It'll be Monday, and be like, "It's a Penthouse on a Friday." I was like, "Whoa, that happened fast."
It was a quick week.
Time warp.
Yeah. Nice. Jimmy, you have enough to do every day, so I don't want you to have to correct
him.
Me. You'll work 9 hours.
We're a team.
I thought Barrett Jackson was today, so it's Sunfest.
No, yeah, we're done with the Barrett Jackson, but we will be there on Friday as a heads up. Yes. It is National Banana Day. I even talk about bananas in the intro. G-Man, you love yourself a good banana. We know that. Banging them on the desk.
Yeah.
Bang them on the desk.
Slam that
Yes,
puppy.
you just abuse those bananas.
I had one this morning.
Well, good, because it is National Banana Day. We're not, my fun facts are going to be about something different. But since it is, let's talk about why you should eat a banana.
Okay.
Yeah, not only can it improve digestion, G-Man, you'll feel today, maybe your digestive tract is working a little better. They improve your heart health.
Ooh.
full of potassium, minerals, electrolytes. You always hear if you have cramps or something, eat a banana. It's potassium. They build lean muscle, thanks in part to being rich in vitamin B6. Bananas help with bone health since they are full of calcium. They fight bloat, creating bacteria in your stomach. So if you feel a little bloated, maybe take down a banana. They help keep your kidneys clean. It's pretty good. I need to start eating more bananas. And they also, according to this, can help with hangovers.
Oh,
Yes.
Well, that
How
explains it.
about that?
How about if you lose a bet?
So the trick is, though, to eat bananas that aren't quite ripe to get the full benefits. Yellow, but still got a little greenish tint to them.
Okay.
That's a key. But if they're like fully ripe, then they say that you won't get all the benefits in it.
Not a fan of the hard banana. Prefer soft
I
one.
like my banana a little hard, just a little, not super,
Good
just
to
a
know.
little bit, just the in between.
Good to know.
And I have heard, it wasn't on this too, but I have heard that if you ever get like a mosquito bite or a rash or something, the banana peel is supposed to help with that.
That's true. I've heard
Really?
that.
Yeah,
I
stick
have
the
heard
banana
that.
peel and
Good
rub
to know.
it on your skin.
I'm going to swim in bananas then. Next time I go on to go
I'm
be
the-
outside for any amount
I'm the
of time.
same. You know me. I got mosquitoes love me.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching. There's a great show on Netflix, The Reluctant Traveler, and I like Eugene Levy, and so
He's funny.
He's great. So it's him, and I guess throughout his life he really didn't venture out like G-Man or go on all these trips or see the world. So they take him, and last season, here's 2 seasons, he did Asia and Africa,
wow.
I believe. This season he's in Europe.
Oh, that's nice.
And so he travels by himself and he goes to all these really cool spots. But of course, all the places he stays at are like luxury, like nothing I could ever afford. But it's cool to see because then he goes into the culture and goes to places. Cool. But he went to Sweden. And I have a buddy who's moving to Sweden, and he was showing me the land. And I was like, God, that looks so beautiful. And even Sweden looks beautiful. But as he's going in, the place he was staying at, you have to take a boat to. And it was just like a little tiny fishing boat because the hotel he was staying at was on the water. And the whole time he's just like smacking. He's like, And you wouldn't think this, right? Sweden.
No, because
They have
I think cold.
They have 47 different types of mosquitoes.
All right.
I was like, I'll check that off of my list, not to go to Sweden.
No thanks.
Sweden's out. 47 different breeds of types of mosquitoes.
How many do we have here in Florida?
You know what? I don't know.
Just one, but it's huge.
Yeah.
I think there's 18 different
It,
types.
it can carry human babies.
Yes, but when I heard that, and the whole time he's commenting, and people were like, yeah, they're crazy. I was like, all right, never going to Sweden.
Sweden is out.
Yep.
I would say I have bananas I have between 3 and 6 a week. That would say.
Okay.
I would say between 3 and 6. Every Saturday, without a doubt. A couple during the week. Yeah, sometimes 4 or 5 times, maybe 6 times a week with bananas. So it's probably the only good thing that they say is good for you that I do eat. And they're inexpensive, which is good. You can pick up a banana anywhere. A gas station makes it convenient. Places like that.
Yeah.
You don't really have to do much.
Jimmy, to answer your question, according to the Google, there are 9.
Take that, Sweden.
Yeah. I live here. I guess I could go to Sweden now to see that we have a double.
Wow.
See, I don't know. I have this call it a stereotype that it's cooler there, right? So they're not as prevalent. Where here, obviously, we have tropical weather.
Well,
you would assume more, but again,
I guess
assuming's a bad word.
Well,
so.
I guess because when it gets cool here, you don't see them as much. But I guess their mosquitoes probably don't like the heat and they like the cool weather.
Yeah, that's it.
They have different kinds.
They're skiing
Exactly.
mosquitoes.
877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the show, or text us at Real Radio 47142. Hey, the Marlins won a game last night.
Holy
What?
cow!
Yay.
They're on a streak.
Yeah.
And the
Bet on the Marlins.
World Series.
And the Panthers won. Big game for them. They are first place in their division. So hats off to the Panthers. The Bruins lost. The Panthers won.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Yep.
I did,
Best case scenario for them last night.
Yeah, and I did say to you guys, bet the Lakers last night, and they won. So have some.
Yeah,
Hope you
Florida handled them pretty nicely there, 5-2.
No, they were losing 2-0. Mm-hmm. They scored 5 unanswered goals.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
A bunch of my friends went to the game. I was going to go. They took a little bus down there. I declined at the last minute, but they all went down there, and they had a great time. They're very excited and happy for the Panthers.
Look at that first place in the Eastern Atlantic Division, your Florida Panthers. All right, there you go.
Yep. And it's all because we're on Real Radio now.
It's the
That's
reason.
exactly why
See?
they're winning.
They were losing.
They turned around as soon as we started carrying the games.
There it is, Jimmy.
That works. So I did just see something because I signed up for Sunfest emails and alerts. I'm sorry, I don't know if we got in our work email because I haven't gone through all those. But we are giving away tickets to Sunfest. I mean, that's about 2 weeks away, 2.5 weeks. And it looks like that on Friday, the first day of Sunfest,
right.
of course, we have Billy Idol is going to be the headliner, but we had a band called The Fix that was going to be there. They can no longer be there. So stepping in to replace them, though, is Quiet Riot.
All right.
Oh,
yeah,
no kidding.
Yeah.
Way to be.
Quiet Riot is stepping in to replace The Fix.
I have a T-shirt that says Quiet Riot.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And then something else I saw that's new on our alerts is they always have the barges and
Yeah.
it's a party.
Yeah.
It's a party on the barges. They have DJs.
Patty Badge.
Yeah. Some people don't even see the concerts. They're on the barge the whole time dancing and hanging out. But this year they're going to have Spazio is going to be teaming up with one of the barges. The electronic barge, so you probably won't see me on that barge. But this sounds cool. So you get into those barges. It's free with your admission to Sunfest, always. But if you want to elevate, this time around, they're going to be doing bottle service and VIP tables.
Oh, wow.
And, all
Wonder how
kinds
much
of
that's gonna
stuff. So you can reserve tables on the Sunfest website. But yeah, they're doing a bunch of really cool different things this time around. I'm excited.
That's cool. Sunfest will be here before. That is the busiest weekend of the year, it just seems like, with so many things going on. Obviously, the top thing, your birthday. Formula
Well,
One
it's
is
not on the weekend, so we're good. Don't have to worry about that. That's
all right.
yes.
All right.
We're good.
I got to keep saving. Formula One is that weekend down in Miami,
Yeah.
which is huge.
Got the Derby.
The Derby. Man, I mean, you can't have Sunfest.
That's a packed weekend.
Yes.
It really is. I think it's the most packed weekend of the year with stuff going on. But, yeah, it's crazy. Sunfest, you're going to have your opportunity to win tickets today. Always a great time at Sunfest. And you have a lot of good memories, too. So make sure you listen at 11:45, your opportunity to win. So the other day, Tom Brady did say that he may, think about a couple teams would call him. And, oh, my God, it's all over the place again. And I don't know when he's going to stop. Everybody's talking about it. This is over the weekend, and it's like, Tom, he doesn't even talk about Fox anymore. Doesn't even talk about the TV or possibly him, doing the games. But he keeps talking about oh yeah, if somebody called me, and it is big news. Next to Caitlin Clark, which is also the big news. You could get tickets for her early games. They're $12 and $13, which is very good, very inexpensive. Those are like Marlin games
For now.
Yeah, for now. You're right. We'll see what happens.
I'd be curious. I'd be curious to see what kind of draw she brings in, not only live, but on television as well. So if they start getting good ratings, because, of course, that's the big talk is they don't make as much as the guys and all that. So be curious to see if she helps uplift that. And Reese as well, out in L.A.
I think that the good thing for them, the ratings are so low that it's going to be huge. You know what I'm saying?
Guess it can only go one way, right?
But nobody watches it.
Right.
Nobody. I mean, it's very, very small. So I think that with her there, it's going to go up considerably, and they'll make more money on commercials.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is absolutely crazy. This is a talk that happens all the time, but just to even think how little they make compared to everybody else, including a few NBA mascots. And we've heard...
I saw that. There's two or three.
There's 3. And we've talked about it before, about how these NBA mascots make pretty damn good money.
I want to be
My
a
husband
mascot.
goes, you should be an NBA mascot. Tell him me too.
Thanks. How about you?
You should get ready to be an NBA mascot if they make that much money.
Denver Nuggets.
Well, you can dance. You're athletic, right? You
I
can
can't do
jump
any
around.
I can't do any backflips or anything. I used to.
Bet you could learn.
I used to when I was a teenager when I was cheering, but I'm 40. I'm almost 42. I'd break my back.
But they don't have to do much. The Heat mascot doesn't do anything. He just walks around with shoots the
Yeah.
T-shirts.
Yeah, but even somebody they'll do a little bit of trickery, right?
Yeah.
Every now and then, especially
I can cartwheel it up.
Yeah, do something like that. I mean, even a lot of times, anytime I've seen a mascot do any sort of backflip, they usually have one of them little mini trampolines,
Yeah.
that usually people use for exercise.
Did you see that I went and unplugged something under the desk and I pulled my back?
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. You think I can
Let me
do a
just dump
backflip
that whole thing.
off a trampoline? I unplugged something. and I was like,
man.
This is true.
Most of the ones I see don't do much.
But yeah, okay, so her 4-year rookie contract, Caitlin Clark with the Indian Fever, It's going to be worth up to $338,000 in total, is what they're saying. And this is they broke it down yearly: 76.5 2024, 78
the whole deal. Okay,
yep,
I was going to say 330.
78 and change 2025. It'll go up to almost 86 in 2026, and then it'll be close to 98 in 2027. Right. And this is going to be as an optional year. That's not guaranteed for that one. But when they were looking at it, I mean, check this out. So Victor, what's his name? How do I say it? Wembanyama?
Oh, the rookie for the Spurs? Yes.
Yeah, San Antonio. Wembanyama.
That sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah, you did.
San Antonio Spurs. Like they said, if you want to see that, he, for his rookie year, is making his deal $55.1 million. So it just shows you. I mean, you're not even in the same stratosphere when it comes to that. But when it comes to mascots, they said that she won't even be making as much as some mascots do in a single year. In fact, 3 mascots in the NBA make more annually than she will pocket during her rookie deal. They said the Rocky Mountain Lion earns more than 10 times the average pay for a professional NBA mascot. They said that the Rocky Mountain Lion, the deal is $625,000.
That's for the Denver Nuggets.
Yep.
I was going to say Nuggets, right?
Yeah.
The Atlanta Hawks, Harry the Hawk, $600K. Benny the Bull, Chicago Bulls, $400K. And then she's obviously going to make more than these people. But there's the Gorilla, Phoenix Sun, $200K. And then Hugo the Hornet for the Charlotte Hornets makes $100K.
All right, now, if I can backtrack on that.
Yes.
So she's making 300-something, but that's on a 4-year
deal.
contract, right? These
is
mascots are making them annually.
Yeah.
Right, so actually, she's not above those other ones.
No, that's what I was saying.
Right, yeah,
that she's
yeah,
not.
yeah,
That she's making less than mascots do in her 4-year contract than 3 mascots do annually. Not all the mascots, but those top 3 I named.
Yeah, but like we always say, you can't compare it. It's just not a comparison. People talk about it all the time because the NBA teams make hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh, of course. And I get it with the players. I mean, I am not oblivious that people don't watch the WNBA. I understand. I mean, it's about the eyes that are on the games. That's what's going to bring in the advertisers. That's what's going to bring in the money. But I do think it's ridiculous that mascots who don't really have that much face time get paid that much money.
It shows you how much they make. Now,
Yeah.
I think the mascots, you could look into it because we did look into this a while ago. I don't think it's just the games. They are obligated to do many other
Yes.
events.
And that's the part that I always assumed, right? Is they're doing many appearances a lot during the week, a lot more than what we just see on television.
Well,
So, and I just naturally assume that.
Yeah, well, they do for the NBA. They're going to do the 40 games, which they have. 41
Yeah,
home
which
games.
is a given, right?
Yeah, yeah. And if the team makes the playaffs, but they are obligated, from what I read, to do a lot of appearances during the week.
Yeah,
still
we
doesn't-
talked about
it's
that.
not
You're
relative.
right.
You know, I mean, like, it doesn't
No.
deserve 600,000. But again, they make so much money, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I got a
it
friend of
is
mine
crazy.
who does jets. I told you, he makes 900,000 a year. And he's a broker for jets. It's crazy, but the company makes millions of dollars.
But that's nowhere here nor there. I mean, yeah, the guy makes a lot of money. It's private jets. It's people who have a lot of money. But compared to somebody, who puts in the work, and we'll see, eventually it will. But we do know that she is making around $3.4 million in endorsements as of now, too.
That's where she's obviously going to make her money.
Yeah, they're going to see how she does, obviously. Her first game's in May. If she does well and a team does better, it's the worst team in the league. That's the first problem. I mean, and when you're really good in all sports, that's where you go. You go to worst team. But if she starts doing good and they start winning, she'll do more. More people are, know who she is. More people are going to bet on her. And that's also going to make more people watch it because when people bet, they watch games. So I think there is a couple upswings for her. I don't know if she hasn't said anything because most of the girls in the WNBA play in Europe after the season. She hasn't said anything like that. And I think there's going to be a lot more opportunities for her than most girls in the WNBA. And so we'll see what happens. I mean, again, she's been great for basketball, great for college basketball. And next year, you're going to see all the stats of how much college basketball has dropped. If people watch it and everything like that from this year. And this year, it's going to see it. If her first game, whatever, it's going to be huge. You're going to hear 50, 60, 70% more than what she had.
I'm curious, even with preseason. I think that first game is, and they play, Indiana plays on, I believe it's May 3rd when I saw the schedule, and that's just preseason. So, I mean, unless she won't play.
No, she probably
And since it's preseason, I don't know. I don't know if they'll play her because she's obviously their star, right?
Yeah.
I mean, instant starter, stardom, everything, right? I would assume.
Yeah, she sold more jerseys, they said last night, than the quarterback for Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, when he was picked number 1. So, I mean, that's amazing.
I'm not surprised.
I'm shocked by that. Trevor Lawrence, for the Jaguars as opposed to her, that's a lot of jerseys. It's unbelievable. So men must be buying them also, and women, obviously. But it's all good news for her, and hopefully everything works out and she has a good career. But I think if it's like a Tiger Woods thing, they need to embrace her, get behind her.
I honestly, I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I would say probably maybe even more men are buying them than women because most of the narrative I'm hearing people talking about her are guys.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of women who do and want to be like her, but at least, and I'm just talking about who I surround myself with and what I know still a lot of people, even they knew of her because it was such a big game, but they're not watching the games either.
Yeah.
So
every circle's different, no matter. But the thing is, she's touched so many different circles.
Of course,
that's the whole.
But
thing.
But I'm just saying that I would put it out there that I would say that even if it's by a small percentage, it's more guys that may be buying her.
Who watches WNBA? Women or men? I don't know.
Women.
I would lean towards there's got to be some sort of a male crowd.
Yes, but I'm
going
saying now
into
with
this now
with
her.
Yes,
Yeah.
with her specifically.
Yeah, I don't have the numbers. I'm guessing 20% men, if that. Before.
No, but I'm saying now.
Yeah,
now I think.
Caitlin Clark era.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be bigger. Yeah, without that, it could be probably double. And like I said, I never had so many people text me about betting on it than a couple weeks ago. And when guys can make money,
that's the proof.
Yeah.
It's part of it anyway. It's a smidge
Small.
of it anyway.
Yeah, and it's the people I'm around, obviously. But if people can make money on it, they're gonna watch it, and that's it.
Yeah, and you're around bettors, and that's
Of
why
course.
that obviously has a lot of pull there, and I understand that, and that's why I think we'll see the uptick will be of men watching more than women.
Of course.
But and that's why I'm going with you, Franny. I think you're right. I think more men are probably buying those jerseys than women,
Even if they're not rocking them, they may just but a lot of people just like to have them.
And a point we made the other day, unisex. NBA jerseys are unisex.
The kid from Barstool that wins all the money, who has been on a little bit of a roll, he's a big fan of hers. He wears a jersey of hers all the
But
time.
even like a lot of male hip hop artists and stuff,
Yeah.
they all talk about her. They're all back her. So even if one guy who looks up to them sees that and may not, they'll probably do it because they have that much influence.
No doubt about it.
Little the Taylor Swift sort of phenomenon.
I agree 100%. And I think Taylor Swift has done an unbelievable job for the Kelseys and really has helped them and benefited them with their everything they do, whether it's the WWE, their podcasts, all stuff like that. Most people didn't even know who they were. The average person did not know. Kansas City and Philadelphia, and football fans, but no, it's a big impact. Hopefully she does well. It's going to be a little different for her to be there. I'm sure they're going to guard her a little different than they did in college, but I hope she does well, and I hope it can continue on. And with the WNBA, like I said, there's a salary cap, so she can only make X. She'll get more ads, too. You'll see her all over the place. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. Let me think about it. We have your opportunity to win $1,000 14 times a day, which is awesome. At 11:45, we got a chance for you to win tickets to Sunfest, another big feather in the cap. And then at the conclusion of the show, big word, we have WWGD. We'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
What is the capital of Puerto Rico? Sealand.
Puerto Rico. San Jose?
That is incorrect, Sean.
San Juan.
San Juan is correct.
Mix my Juan and my Jose.
You never do that. Never do that.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Looking at delays here on 95 northbound between 10th Avenue North and Belvedere Road, and a vehicle fire here blocking 3 right lanes Southern Boulevard eastbound approaching I-95. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Russo.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hey, it's Greek, and this Friday we'll be at Barrett-Jackson at the fairgrounds for a great event. All makes, all models, classic, new cars, all kinds of cars you can think of. It's this Friday at the fairgrounds. The Penthouse will be live, sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach. Stop by this Friday and see the Penthouse live, sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach, where the beautiful ladies are there 7 days a week until 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. It's Barrett-Jackson, it's the Penthouse, and Monroe's. Wow, I don't want to miss that. Peace.
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Does your garage door ever go down part way and then just stop just to frustrate you? Or stop and go back just when you thought it was finally going to close? That's the proximity detector, and it's designed to save your life, so don't get mad yet. That sophisticated piece of light sensor technology is like NASA-level rocket science in your very own house. And you don't have to live in a space station, but you do need to fix it if you want the thing to close. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our garage door experts know exactly how to get your technology working the way it should. We can recalibrate or replace faulty components so you can dock your spaceship every night after a busy day exploring the final frontier. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. I mean, it's not rocket science, but it is still science.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admired so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos, a better, easier way to get term life insurance, all online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos, up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
It's Car Care Month, and Summit Racing has what you need for bumper-to-bumper care. Revive the interior, exterior, underhood, and more. Shop SummitRacing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends May 5th, 2024.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we go through the remainder of our Wednesday. Temperatures are in the low 80s out there today. That is normal for this time of year. A little breezy too. Winds out of the east around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Overall, it's a comfortable one. We're going to stay sunny for the rest of the week. Temperatures are increasing though. We are back in the upper 80s heading into the weekend.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll tell the story of the man who created the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like One Hit Wonders Radio. The greatest one-hit wonders of all time. Ones you definitely remember. I smell sex and candy. And ones that'll make you say, oh yeah. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search One Hit Wonders, and listen now, commercial-free. Free never sounded so good.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a good day. Today at 11:45, you have an opportunity to win tickets to Sunfest on us. How nice is that? Woo! Also, you're going to have a chance to win $1,000 13 times a day on Real Radio 921. $1,000, get the keyword and hit that register key, baby, because there'll be a G note in your pocket. And then at 1:35, we got WWGDs, where I give directions and cooking recipes. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hey, good morning.
And it is time for this day in history and a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, it's always going to be news when the Marlins win, and they won last night. They beat the Giants 6-3. So hats off to the Marlins. Their pitcher had a very good game, and they got a couple timely hits, and the Marlins get a victory. The Panthers were the big story tonight as they were trailing last night 2-0 and then scored 5 unanswered goals, beat Toronto on their last game of the season, and they are also the winners of their division. They're in first place. So good news for the Panthers going into the players on a strong note. Hopefully we can get a Stanley Cup. First one ever. Let's bring it to South Florida. The Dolphins yesterday announced that they are talking to Tua, and they are in the works to start on his new deal as a starting quarterback for the Dolphins, and it should be worth millions of dollars. I know a lot of people are 50-50 on Tua. Some people like him, some people don't, but get used to him. He's going to be the quarterback for the Dolphins for the next few years. I would say at least 4 to 5. And see what happens. Hopefully he can get a little bit better. He's got a lot of weapons on offense. You never know, but it looks like the Dolphins are going to sign him. I'm not surprised. That's what all the indications were. And then Porter, he's an NBA player. There was some speculation about him betting, and the story got quiet. He's on Toronto, but then the story kicked up again. Looks like he's been betting for a couple years under a different account with FanDuel and betting millions of dollars from 21 to 23. That story is going to get bigger and bigger. He will get banned from the NBA. He will not be able to play. But I'm sure that is a story that's not going to go away. Anything to do with gambling in sports is always big news, and the authorities will look into it in every aspect. And that is your first trifecta of the day. Now over to Jimmy for this day in history.
On this day in history.
Well, pull up a chair, kids. We've got some history to learn about. And on this day in the year 1790, well, we lost one of our great forefathers. Benjamin Franklin passed away in Philadelphia. He was 84 years young. And a lot of French ladies were upset. 95 years ago today, 1929, Babe Ruth married Claire Hodgkinson, a former member of the Ziegfeld Follies, at 5:45 a.m. Why did they get married so early in the morning? Well, they were planning on being there and doing it at 6:30, but they wanted
still
to,
early.
they avoided what they were expecting, a crash of people, spectators coming to crash the event.
That makes sense.
So they moved it up by
All
45
right.
minutes. And yes, I still think that that's a very odd time of the
Early wedding.
day to get married. When asked where they were going on their honeymoon, Ruth said, to the ballpark. He had a home run for her that day.
Oh, that's cool.
87 years ago today, 1937, is the first time we saw Daffy Duck. He made his debut on Porky's Duck Hunt. Of course, a Looney Tunes cartoon. It was a good thing Porky was hunting duck that day. 73 years ago today, in 1951, Mickey Mantle made his debut as well in Major League Baseball, of course, for the New York Yankees. Another thing that debuted on this day, in 1964, Ford unveiled its newest model, the Mustang. 54 years ago today, 1970, I talked about it the other day, obviously, is when it happened, the explosion on Apollo 13. Well, today is the day that they safely returned to Earth, splashed down, and boy, what an accomplishment that man has created in order to get them back. 42 years ago today, in 1982, the Canada Act took effect, establishing certain individual rights, preserving parliamentary supremacy, and making Canada a wholly independent, fully sovereign state. And finally, 13 years ago today, Dragons came to life. As the very popular show, Game of Thrones, debuted on HBO, and that's what happened on April 17th in our history.
So speaking of history, it's something that you brought up, Greek, yesterday, and I'm curious if you saw more about this, but James Gandolfini, he came back. He reprised his role as Tony Soprano to try to get LeBron James to come to the New York Knicks back in 2010.
Did you see the video? I know we talked about it.
Yes.
It's pretty good. I watched it.
Yeah. So not only was it Gandolfini, they also had Edie Falco was part of it. They saw it was like a mini Sopranos reunion in order to try to get him there. They came up with the idea to make a short film with the Sopranos stars to help him to try to sell James to go into NYC. But that wasn't the only big name on that video. Chris Rock, Mike Bloomberg, Robert De Niro, Alec Baldwin, Spike Lee, and a bunch more were in that video to try to get him in. They said those names. They said the video, while impressive, obviously was unsuccessful because he took his talents to Miami.
Yeah, the Knicks were all there. Oh, my God. They got to get all these stars together. They didn't even have a... I mean, everybody knew he was going with Wade.
Edie Falco was like, her comment was like, I couldn't believe that didn't work.
Oh, yeah, really? Yeah, I like Edie. Are you surprised?
She didn't even know who LeBron was going into it.
Right?
Probably not.
Who's LeBron James?
I mean, Florida doesn't have a state tax. That was a big thing. He did speculate a little bit about the Knicks, but I think that was just thrown out there. I mean, now it's years later, obviously 14 years, they said that this deal was done way before he even became a free agent in the Olympics.
Okay. Well, that's funny because, yeah, you know, the Knicks are coming out, and I don't know why this is coming out now. And have you talked about it all, I'm sure, on the Greek Zone about speaking of the Olympics, the U.S. basketball team, who they have?
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, too. We got LeBron that's going to be there, Kevin Durant. I think Booker.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like back to a gold medal, right?
Yeah, they're stacking it deck.
Yeah, with everybody that they have.
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of time to practice now because he lost last night. The Warriors are out of the playoffs.
All right, so time to go. Yeah, we have Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Tatum, Booker. You mentioned Tyrese is Halliburton, Anthony Edwards. Bam,
everybody.
Anthony Davis, everybody.
Yeah, they got all the big stars.
Yeah.
So
it's like the NBA All-Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
It is. I want to get into a couple of texts, and then we are going to talk some 401k, which I kick myself in the ass so many times for getting into it way later than I should have because they had the opportunity basically from the get-go that I've been here, which has been a long time. But text messages, we were talking mosquitoes in Sweden. And at 47142, this is all the Nordic countries. You just get mosquitoes in the summertime. They said, and typically it's in the woods and cabins, not in the cities, so you're safe.
All right.
But my buddy who is moving to Sweden is going to be moving into a cabin in the woods. It looks absolutely beautiful.
Well, you can go see them, maybe.
Maybe. Him and his wife are going there. I mean, the place looks gorgeous. Like they live on a lake. It's just
it's pretty
breathtaking. Yeah. Let's see. Yesterday, you guys were talking about the guy who broke his penis. Jimmy actually brought up that story. Do not play the noises again, ever.
I won't, I promise.
Says, I had a friend that happened to. He was...
But in case you missed it, it sounded like this.
No. He was having sex on the couch, and his roommate came home, so he picked the girl up and proceeded down the hallway. I guess she was kind of a freak. It says she doesn't say kind of, says she was, and wanted to get caught. So she grabbed the door frame in the hallway. He had socks on, and he slipped. And when they fell... it broke. They said it swelled up in the broken spot like a softball. He said it was the worst pain he ever felt in his life. We can only imagine.
And that was part of the article too. Is obviously that's the most common time is during sexy time that
Not
something
sleeping.
like that happens. Reverse cowboy or something like that. But that was the surprising part that he had an erection. He rolled over in his sleep and it broke it in two spots. I mean that's the kind of the odd thing about it.
We're getting a lot of things from the past too. We put out the question a couple days ago. I think it was Monday about stupid ways you injured yourself. Just got a text. He recently had a question regarding stupid pain injuries. So maybe this is why, because it happened last night. Last evening, while preparing for my barbecue, I was mixing my spice rub. Two of the main ingredients: cayenne pepper and ground salt. A brisk wind blew the cayenne right in my face, and immediately started sneezing. My eyes started tearing, and I wiped the tears away, but my hands were coated with the spice rub. I got my eyes burning, blinded me, and I started stumbling around like Frankenstein, knocking over everything in my way.
Like out of a cartoon.
After flushing the pain away, the pain was still there. When I woke up this AM, they're puffy and fire engine red. They said that the text is voice generated because they can't see to type it. That sucks. I am sorry. I can't imagine. You pepper sprayed yourself initially.
Basically,
allegedly,
right?
Yeah. So, and then we mentioned how Sunfest is no longer going to have the Fix. Now it's going to be Quiet Riot. They made the announcement. And so somebody wanted to let us know that the Fix is a great band from the 80s and 90s. Hit songs, One Thing Leads to Another, Saved by Zero, and many more.
Sure. Yeah.
So thank you for that. But yes, let's get into something that I am so stupid about because I wish I would have signed up for this a long time ago. I would definitely be in a better spot. And that is 401k. Did I know it exists? Yes. Did I know what it was? Yes. I am just dumb. So there was new research.
You're not
that
dumb.
when I look back at this, I'm like, what took me so long? There's new research that looks at Americans' financial literacy and finds out a lot of people don't know certain things, including interests and 401ks. So how would you rate? Think about it. How would you rate your knowledge on finances? This new survey suggests a lot of us have a lot to learn. Not a huge sample size, 2,000 Americans about their financial literacy and money habits. So the poll revealed people aren't very confident about their financial knowledge, as only 30% think they could win a personal finance trivia game if you gave them one. More than a third, at 35%, admit they don't know what interest means in financial context. Despite not understanding the things, 39% still consider themselves more financially literate than other people, even though they don't understand some things.
Tells you who they're hanging with.
I know.
Seems to be a contradiction.
It does,
eh?
that whole sentence. When it comes to starting healthy financial habits, 4 in 10 Americans say they procrastinate. I was one of those. Gen Z is most likely to put it off at almost 50%, while baby boomers least likely to procrastinate, 22%. They say, so why are people postponing their personal finance tasks? They say stress is the biggest reason, followed by feeling like their financial health is already bad and can't get any worse. That sucks that you feel that way, right? And while some folks just blame on being forgetful. They say in general, Americans check their banking app twice a day on average, which is pretty good. You should see what you got in there and what's going out, what's coming in. They say when they do, half people say they feel nervous before clicking on that app.
No surprise.
They also claim here 26% of all respondents avoid signing into their banking apps on a daily basis because they just don't want to see. So about a little over a quarter of people, they avoid it.
That makes sense.
80% of those polled try to stick to a monthly budget, and they admit they only do about 66% of the time make that monthly budget that they try to stick by. But yeah, I mean, they say it's between anxiety affecting your relationships. They say a lot of people that claim their partners have unhealthy spending habits that negatively impact not even just theirs, but their romance as well, too.
Of course.
But it was crazy to see that 43% of these people admitted they didn't even know what a 401k was.
I'm not surprised.
Almost half didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, that does seem a little surprising.
Yeah.
In today's day and age.
I mean, there's only 10% of Americans that are in the stock market, but it's on the news all the time. You would think the percentage is very high. But again, a lot has to do with how you're raised, what is important in your family, if you're taught that, schooling, the people you surround yourself with, all that stuff matters. And if it doesn't really enter your world, you're like, what is it? You know what I mean? I think companies could do a better job with 401ks and sit down with their employees. They really could. They don't, a lot of them. It's there because a lot of them, match it. So they're like, hey, it's here if you want it, and there are companies who match it and then stop.
And that's one of the reasons I kicked myself in the butt because we used to.
We used to match, yeah.
And then when the time I signed on, like 3 months later, like, hey, guess what we're doing?
We're out.
Not doing it.
It's free money.
Yeah.
When your company matches, it's free money.
One of the bigger reasons I'm mad at myself for it.
But again, I think a lot of it is, what you're taught, upbringing. I think that's why in school it should be there for most kids, for every kid, actually. And just taught about it, and so you know about finance, and so you don't get in trouble. I was sitting with a kid last night and his father, and he was talking to me about sports betting, and he's in his early 20s, and his dad wanted me to talk to him, and he was telling me he lost $17,000 last month betting. That's a huge amount of money, and again, it's just the kids today are different than we were. The most kids, not me, but I'm just saying in general. But it's really what you're taught and how you're taught about money. And you got to value money. That's a big thing. You got to respect money. If you don't respect money and value it, then it's going to be hard for you to get your grips on it. But you should always try to save. And a lot of those things that you said, like people don't want to look at it and stuff like that. If something's not good, it's just like when you go to a doctor. So many people are afraid to go to a doctor because they think something's going to be bad or they don't want to hear about it. Your boss calls you and says, I want to talk to you right away. Like, oh, God, what's he want to talk to me about? So I think when things aren't good, people tend not to want to, get around it or be there.
Which is unfortunate because that's a complete opposite, right? You should
That's right.
find out what is negatively wrong with you, what is negatively wrong with your finances, with your health, so you can fix it.
Well,
but instead, we just choose to ignore it. And hope it goes away. Most of the time, guess what? It doesn't. It just gets worse.
You're right. It's just funny. Like in our car, we have a light that goes on, and people are like, oh, I got to go,
I know people who ignore that too.
Put piece of tape over it.
Black tape over there. Oh, look at that. Light's gone.
Oh, my God. Can you believe it?
It's a freaking miracle. I also think that when you're in your teens and 20s and 30s, you don't think about retirement. And you're not worried about it.
True.
You don't worry. It's so in your mind at that point. I know it was for me, so I won't speak for anybody else.
too.
I'll at least speak for me. That in those years of my life, it's so far away and it's so far out of your thought. You're like, all right, I'll deal with it another time. Even though, I did eventually get into the 401k, my job in New Jersey, and then when I got down here. It wasn't until I got to iHeart where we had it, and then even I'm like Franny, I couldn't afford to have it taken out, and then eventually I got to a point where I was like, well, it's money just going away, it's free money going away. So, but as you get older, I think you start thinking about it more, and that's why when you say those numbers, as far as like Gen X doesn't think or Gen Z doesn't think about it, and Boomers do. Well, obviously Boomers are retired. Actually, they're in the retirement age, so. They're clearly thinking about it more now, so that's pretty much a given. But I just think when you're younger, that's one of the things, at least for me, I wasn't worried about it.
I think most people.
That's
I'm with
30, 40 years down the road, right?
I'm with you, but if you're listening and you are younger, start thinking about it because
Really, you should.
you blink and you're 40, you blink and you're 50. It just time goes by really fast.
And it seems like, and again, I don't know, it just is. It seems to me that less and less companies offer pensions, so you don't have that necessarily to rely on. So your 401k is your retirement,
Yeah, like I said,
or some sort of savings,
Sure.
like that, right?
Definitely. And then again, when you get involved with somebody, that's something that usually comes up from your spouse or somebody you're dating, the situation, and somebody might be knowledgeable of that, and they could help you and teach you, and vice versa. And you can work on it as a team. It's never too late, though, for any of this to start saving. Even if you haven't saved before, you can start today. And you know what? A year from now, you'll have money that you really didn't have before, and it could grow into other things. That's the one thing good about it. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. Give us a call at the number or text it at Real Radio 47142. National Banana Day, so eat a banana. Even if you got to get one sometimes like me at a gas station, get a banana. Or you can get it at Joseph's. I got one today at Joseph's, but get one. It's good for you and your health. Franny, I know we got a couple Florida stories coming. What do we have coming at us?
For Florida stories, we got a lot of things going on in the villages. We have a woman who attacked a man over a computer problem. Yeah, things escalated really quickly with that. Plus, this is a Florida story that happened overseas. A dude had a trip and it ended in massive sticker shock. He was like, what? I'll tell you what I'm talking about with that. And then, yes, we have a domestic dispute. And this weapon this wife used on this husband seems like it would really hurt. I'll give you those details when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
The bad news, the brain isn't all that great at hearing stuff and remembering it. The good news, you can watch us too. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 92.1.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah. Can't believe it. Woo!
Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome.
It's $1,000 in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Looking at delays here, 95 northbound between 10th Avenue North and Belvedere Road, and a vehicle fire here blocking 3 right lanes. Southern Boulevard eastbound approaching I-95. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Russo.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Savings. Now that's speaking the Lowe's language. And with My Lowe's Rewards, your savings just keep coming with members-only offers. Learn more about our new loyalty program at Lowe's.com/MyLowe'sRewards. Subject to terms and conditions, see Lowe's.com/terms for details.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admired so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos. A better, easier way to get term life insurance. All online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Hey, South Florida, it's Franny. Do you want the most money for your used car? Do you want a hassle-free process? Do you want to work with America's best car buyer? Absolutely. That's GiveMeTheVin.com. Now is the time to sell your used car. GiveMeTheVin.com will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau for a reason. Get an instant cash offer and the most money for your used car right now at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather Florida Injury Lawyers. If you've been injured in a car accident in Palm Beach County or the Treasure Coast, call us to schedule a free consultation at one of our offices located in Palm Beach Gardens, Port St. Lucie, or Boca Raton. If you've been in an accident, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Hey, it's the Greek, and it's basketball playoff time. Would you like to hit a buzzer beater with your retirement goals? Then call Trajan Wealth today to learn about their tailored wealth management solutions. Score big in retirement by beating the shot clock with a call to Trajan Wealth today and learn more about their strategy wealth management solutions. If you want to win, you have to have a plan, and you don't want it to go down to the buzzer beater. You want to win and enjoy the fourth quarter of life and retirement in South Florida. Call Trajan Wealth today, 561-390-1067. 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Huddle with one of their experts to figure out a plan that'll make all your three-pointers hit. It's Trajan Wealth, offices in West Palm Beach. Stop in today for a free consultation. You like to hit a buzzer beater with your retirement goals? These are the guys that can make sure the ball goes right through the net. Call Trajan Wealth today, 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Yes, and it counts. Pace. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we go through the remainder of our Wednesday. Temperatures are in the low 80s out there today. That is normal for this time of year. A little breezy too. Winds out of the east around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Overall, it's a comfortable one. We're going to stay sunny for the rest of the week. Temperatures are increasing though. We are back in the upper 80s heading into the weekend.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
And I'm Ted Cruz. Iran attacks Israel.
With over 300 drones and missiles.
Iran's attack was funded by Biden and the Democrats, and they're pressing Israel to do nothing.
Learn all about it. Download Verdict with Ted Cruz wherever you get your podcasts.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword money at realradio921.com. That's money. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
All right, it is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Keywords, that started again Monday. We need somebody to step up. Come on. If somebody wins $1,000, I'm going to throw in a bonus. I'm going to throw in a banana, too. So come on, win $1,000. Our bosses will be happy. 11:45, your chance to win tickets to Sunfest. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And Francis is here.
Hey, what's going on?
And it is time for some facts about this great start of ours,
what?
Florida.
Florida.
Do that again?
Florida.
Great Florida.
Dude, you say Florida.
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
They're Florida stories. What the Florida, not facts.
No.
I mean, I guess they're factual stoes.
I said this great state.
No, you said facts about that shit. Florida.
Hurdy.
A few minutes later.
Oh, goodness. I know. I love it.
Got a new one.
Yes, an 81-year-old woman was arrested last week. I feel like after the age of 80, just let him be.
Yeah, really.
But you can't attack people. Allegedly attacked a man who went to her house to help with her computer problem. Lenore Smiley. It's a very interesting last name for attacking people.
Considering.
Yes, was charged with battery. on a person 65 years or older and false imprisonment after this incident that unfolded at her home in the Villages. A 79-year-old man went to her house to help her with her computer problem. Well, that woman blamed him for. The relationship between Smiley and the man was not made immediately clear, but they say the incident was domestic in nature. She allegedly grabbed his arms and scratched him, dug her fingernails into his skin. They said he ran out and tried to leave through the garage door, but didn't have enough strength to open it, poor dude. He then tried to call law enforcement on a cell phone, but dropped it and wasn't able to pick it up. Man, he was scared of her. That guy was shook. Smiley accused of blocking the man's exit from the laundry room. They said the first room next to the garage. She also hit him in the back of his head, causing his glasses to fall off. He said that he saw an opening in the doorway and left as fast as possible, got in his car, drove to his house. When deputies went to Smiley's home, they found the man's phone and glasses on the floor. They also met with the man who had scratches and marks on his body consistent to his statement. Yeah, so now she was placed under arrest. Man, what a scrappy 81-year-old. Jesus.
Really? Yeah.
This guy was like in fear for his life.
I don't blame him. Poor guy. God.
Super scrappy. All right, well, we might as well stay in the Villages. How about that? So,
yeah, all right.
And another scrappy woman, Anna Briggs. Her and her husband of 14 years. They got in a fight. They said it was in their bedroom of their home. According to their arrest report, the couple's 2 children were home at the time, too, and one of them witnessed the aftermath of the attack. Well, what was the attack? Looks like she grabbed her, Anna Briggs, grabbed her car keys and fled the home in the family development over there, Oxford and Villages. A family friend was summoned to the home, and he ended up taking the husband to the emergency room. Well, why you ask? Because she took a champagne bottle to the head.
Oh, my God.
She took a champagne bottle, whacked her husband in the head. They said leaving him with a bloody gash.
That's so terrible.
She was taken to the emergency room. She was interviewed. And they say that, yes, she has been charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. But why? I don't know why they got a fight. I don't have the details here.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I need deets.
Was it domestic
What
or
did you do?
imported champagne? Same.
It was a domestic dispute, so I'm not
So
really...
it must be a domestic champagne.
Yes.
All right. So it wasn't, she didn't get hit with
Well,
no...
champagne can only be
Technically-
champagne if it comes from Champagne,
Right?
France.
So technically.
Yeah, you got
this
sparkling wine, you got
would've-
Prosecco, so it technically would have been imported.
Right.
Yes. But the grapes can come from France and be made here, no? Right? You know how they like bottle it here and make it there? You know what they always say, like...
I don't know. I mean, I thought like you can get Corbel. That's domestic.
But does it say champagne under it or does it say sparkling wine?
I don't know. I can't argue or even
I
make up
don't
a
know
lie.
either, but I know, but they say technically
We've
champagne has
read
to
that.
come from the region of Champagne.
Yeah.
And Prosecco has to be Italian. And sparkling wine is typically from California.
I'm
Damn
again,
Greeks.
I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna go whatever you say. I'm not gonna even make up a lie.
I don't know.
Oh,
They're
there's
just-
the first.
I guess maybe
I could have went deep, but I said nah.
maybe they use champagne grapes to grow them here. Excuse me, because
Maybe they take the grapes from the champagne
No.
and they bring them here and they bury them and then they grow.
well, that's what I'm saying. You grow
they
that
hit
kind
you
of
over
grape.
the head with
and
it,
they hit
yeah.
you. Yes, I'm looking at from the looks of the picture. Not to be judgy, I'm guessing it's Corbel that she hit him with.
All right.
I don't think it was Dom.
Okay, good.
So
Don't waste that.
I'm looking at Corbel, a bottle, and it says California champagne.
See?
So maybe they take the champagne grapes and grow them in California.
Or maybe the whole thing's a big lie and they make it out of Sea Corkers, New Jersey.
I think the whole thing's a big
That's
lie.
phooey. All right, next up in North Florida.
I'd go with that.
Yeah.
So freedom to say anything.
A T-Mobile customer of 30 years is very upset with his carrier. So he said, I told him of my travel plans. You got to make sure if you go somewhere, if you go overseas, even on a cruise, my husband and I always make sure we have AT&T. We call them. We let them know.
Yep.
Sometimes, we'll pay extra or like certain things like added packages on it for roaming to make sure we just don't get hit with all these crazy charges. So this Floridian, Renee, and his wife, they went to Switzerland. And they toured Switzerland. They were there for a while. They said it's about a month.
Nice. Must be nice.
And they said when they got home, their cell phone bill had jumped higher than the Swiss Alps, according to them. Him and his wife said they travel frequently and always notify their cell phone carrier before they leave the U.S. So in this case, he said he actually went to the store itself to share his travel plans. And he said, I've been a customer with T-Mobile for nearly 30 years. And they're like, don't worry, you're covered. He was like, whatever that meant, they said, you're covered. The couple took the trip. They described it as magical as they just listened to how they toured the countryside, spent time with family and friends. They never gave a second thought to the picture messages he was sending during their time away. Well, shortly after returning home to Florida, he received his bill, and he looked at it first and thought it was just $143. Nope, it wasn't. It was $143,000.
That's up there.
Charge him $143,000
roaming
for using
$12 a minute
for using 9.5 gigabits of data while overseas.
Should have got an email from the guy.
They say 5 to 10 gigabytes. Excuse me, not gigabits. Gigabytes is considered average for a month, but in this case, it was all roaming data, which cost thousands of dollars each day of his trip.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
5 gig is a lot.
Yeah, he said he immediately called T-Mobile, waited on hold while they reviewed his charges to get back. She's like, nope, this is a good bill. He goes, what do you mean it's a good bill? She's like, no, this is what you owe. He was like, you got to be kidding me. So he hired an attorney. He wrote letters to the president of T-Mobile. No response. That's when the attorney called ABC Action News for help. If they won't help, you know where you go to? Go to the news. So they can blast him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they contacted their corporate office. They said a day later, someone from the carrier called him and offered to credit his account for the entire amount after he went to the news.
Wow, that's
He tried to do it himself.
And
Nothing happened. He was like, all right, going to the news.
Wow, that is unbelievable. And that's sad, too, that he had to go to the news and then they wipe it out. But when he went, they were like, screw.
So they also want to let you know, T-Mobile told at ABC Action News, we recommend our customers check the travel features of their plan, such as international data roaming, before departing. If a customer is on an older plan that doesn't include international roaming for data and calling, they'll need to make sure they're using airplane mode and Wi-Fi when using data to be certain the device doesn't connect to an international network.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, with all due respect, a lot of this problem was his fault.
Yeah, I mean, he said he went to the store and they said, you're covered.
This is assuming that he, whether or not his phone was roaming, right?
Yeah. But all he said is he's done this for years, traveled, never had an issue. He went to the store this time and they're like, you're good. We got you covered. And he comes home and $143,000 bill.
I mean, that's the ridiculous part is the amount. I mean, I don't care if you're roaming or not.
Course.
That's still a ridiculous amount. But I don't know. When we went away, I was assuming that if we turned our phones off so that it wouldn't do that, so it wouldn't roam looking.
You can buy a package.
But you can buy,
you can
buy,
right?
And that's what he was saying he would try to do because he did it in the past. And so I've done the same thing. Yeah.
So he purchased a package.
He thought he did.
Okay.
Yeah. He thought he did, according to this report. Who knows? But still, $143,000 is absolutely insane.
Did he say he's going back to Sweden anytime soon?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did he say he's going back to T-Mobile?
I don't know.
I think that's the question.
He might leave them too. He might. And he was in Switzerland. I know we got Sweden on the brain, but yes, he was in Switzerland.
Switzerland, Sweden.
Yeah, well, it's the mosquitoes.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Totally different. And that is your With the Florida.
Great job, Franny. As always, man, that's a little bit of a tidbit for you guys. If anybody's going away and, out of the country cruises, make sure you do that. You might not be aware of that. And who wants to get hit with a bill?
That was, it was something my wife told me. I know that I'm sure you did that too for anyone on yours. I mean, you've been, whenever you've been out around roaming too, I'm sure, Greek. I mean, it's something that they said, so we just turned ours off. But then again, we're on a cruise. With the people that we were with, we just used WhatsApp so that we could communicate with one another, and it was, you don't have to worry about it.
And if you buy the Wi-Fi package on the cruise, so that's what we did. So we turned it off, used WhatsApp, and so that time around, but we have been out of the country where we will call our carrier and let them know our plans, and then they offer whatever kind of package they have. So
I think the package is like
we don't get hit up like crazy.
$125.
Yeah.
So even if you buy that package, so you would just leave your phone on, and this is where I would confuse, and maybe that's why I spoke out of turn there in the story, was that if you buy that, then you can just leave your phone in regular mode.
Yep.
Then you're saying, okay.
But you have to buy the package.
Right, okay. And he purchased it and still got hit with those charges. Okay.
Yeah, they have international. I know specifically like AT&T, they have international day passes. It's like $10 a day.
Sure,
you can do.
I can do the same with Mint.
And
right?
roaming, yep.
So we can do the same. But again, I wasn't worried about it on our trip for what we were doing. So I was like, I didn't even bother with it. But I understand that much. I see what you're saying because we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jimmy, a lot of people during the day look for a little extra energy. And they're like, man, where can I get it? What can I do? And there's so many different things out there that you hear about and see and advertise. And some of them aren't good for you.
Well,
and some are.
Some nutritionists say that these are some of the things that you should eat if you want a little bit of an energy boost, especially in the afternoon, right? You get that afternoon crash, something that we've talked about many times on this show. Our resident nutritionist here, Franny, has even mentioned it. But a lot of times they just, when you hear about how carbohydrates can give you a boost of energy, the thing about it is it needs to be a complex carbohydrate. And that includes things like wheat bread, oatmeal, brown rice, beans, potatoes, things like that, because they break down more slowly than simple carbs, which is sugar that we often hear. You'll
have a Coke.
I know that the Snickers loves you're not the same and you get a little boost of energy, but that's a sugar that gives it'll give you a quick rush, but then you get the crash, right? You get the sugar crash.
Well, that's the thing. The complex carbs, they have a higher content of fiber, which digests more slowly than these quick ones, the simple carbs.
And that's the idea, right? Because the slowness, the speed of it is what gives you that longevity of energy. High fiber foods is going right along with what Franny was just saying, including fruits and vegetables and grains. And they give you that, again, it's that slowness to it. And they're especially helpful early in the day. A recent study found that less than 10% of us are getting enough fiber, something we hear about. I've had some fiber supplements too that you can get, the powder.
Metamucilin.
That'll work too, you know? I mean, again, it seems a little corny, but it works. And then, of course, the third thing on their list is heart-healthy fats, meaning the unsaturated kind found in things like nuts, seeds, avocados. And here you go, dark chocolate, one of your favorites, Franny.
I thought you were going to say dog food. I heard dog food first. Is it a dog? I heard dog. I was like, is he about to say dog food?
I was like, Franny likes dog food? Wow.
One of Franny's favorites, dog food. Purina in particular.
I like all those things. Avocados are great for you. Yep, dark chocolate.
Or if you want to make the whole office hate you, microwave some fish.
Yeah, salmon.
If none of that sounds good, you can also reach out for a beverage, but skip the Red Bull or the fourth cup of coffee, which is that's so weird. My doctor told me that one time. Yeah, you feeling sluggish? Have another cup of coffee. Study found that drinking more water each day can make you feel more energized. And of course, there's always Tito's and Coors. I don't know. That's on my list. I don't know why.
I drink my Tito's with water, so I feel like I'm hydrating while dehydrating. Yes,
perfect.
It's balancing it out.
That's how you do it, kids.
One of the most common things you hear, and it's a myth for years, and you still hear it. I still hear it now from friends. Everything coffee. Have a coffee, you'll wake up. Have a coffee, you'll wake up. Now, maybe the coffee industry is the one who put it out there. Have a cappuccino.
But even in my studies with doing the nutrition coaching thing, they do say, that is the better of the option instead of these energy drinks.
Yeah.
Versus an energy drink,
and they say, have a cup of coffee instead.
Well, it's the same thing, right? What do those energy drinks have? Caffeine.
Yeah. But that's the
Tons of
lesser of the
caffeine.
evils, I guess, because it's a lot. If you look at the back of the ingredients, you're like, what the hell is that?
Not to mention some of them, not all, but some of them have a lot of sugar in them too.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah. A lot of them these days try to take out the sugar, but what are they substituting it with, right? To make it taste sweet.
And I think very few people look at what's in the contents of anything. It happens. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I would say probably less than 10% of people.
I'm a freak about it.
Yeah, because you're in good shape, obviously, and you're aware of it. But I don't think a lot of people.
But I also have a lot of issues. I have a lot of digestive issues, so I have to make sure that I'm not going to put myself in the hospital too.
That's obviously the thing. But I'm saying the average person, I don't think they look. And they hear advertising, they run with it. Like you said, Red Bull.
Yeah. That's helpful.
Yeah.
staying out of the hospital.
Try my best.
It's a bonus. It's a bonus. That's why you stick with dog food.
Exactly.
As much as
only 3 ingredients.
You hear about for years Red Bull not being great for you, all this stuff, it still crushes it. I mean, they have all different brands and people love it.
Oh,
and
they come out with new flavors. All the energy drinks crush it. Look how many flavors of Celsius has these days. Bang is still out there. Reign. I mean, there's so many different energy drinks.
Yeah, there are.
It's crazy.
Without a doubt. If you have...
but that shows you what we do. You go to Europe, you're not going to find that crap like you do here. No. It just shows you that we feel like because we're go, that we need something to keep us going.
And one of the key parts about this was the simple fact that they this is to give you a little bit more energy, but for a longer period of time. So those energy drinks are great. They'll give you a quick rush and whatnot to get you through an hour or so maybe, but then you get the crash afterwards, and that's what the caffeine and the sugar does. You get the crash. So if you do a complex carbohydrate, it'll last longer. So eat potatoes, people.
There you go.
877-927-6969. Let us know if you have anything that gives you a nice kick in the ass during the day that you reach for or purchase. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. Those are the ways you get involved, or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
Well, another argument that we've been having for quite a while, too, is whether or not you should be able to recline your seat on an airplane. And, of course, a lot of times we see those surveys, and they always seem to be right about in between, right, where some people say that you should, and other people say that it's annoying when people in front of them do it. What
are your thoughts on it?
It doesn't bother me, but I'm a smaller person as far as height, right? So I don't need a lot of extra leg room, and so if the person in front of me reclines back, it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, but that's my thing too. I recline, and I feel like I bought my ticket. The seat reclines. I'm gonna recline, and you know what? If it then why don't you recline and then recline, and now we're both.
And the guy at the end gets screwed.
Well, that's the thing. That's the only time I probably won't recline is if I am right in front of somebody who has a back seat, because I have been that person, and your seat does not recline, so you're stuck.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So that's another good example. Or if you're in the front row of, even if it's economy class, you already have leg room. Maybe you don't sometimes. It depends on how you want to look at it. It's all up to the individual. But no, it never bothered. The only time it bothered me is just initially when it happens, you kind of wish that you do. So if you have something, a glass of water, if you have something there, it doesn't spill. Because that's one of the things too that they talk about is the fact that when that happens, people, drinks or something gets spilled on a laptop or something like that. What do you think, Rick? I mean, is there a debate in your mind whether should the individual be allowed to or not?
I think you should.
Yeah,
I think you paid.
Okay.
I think what Franny just said is the perfect point. You paid for the seat,
right? Okay,
it's an option there,
and it's not necessarily the leg room, right? I mean, it's more of being comfortable. It's like, I mean, I don't look at it as getting more leg room.
Yeah, I mean, you could also tell the person. I've had people say that to me, like, "Hey, I'm going to recline my seat,"
right?
And I'm cool.
So it takes care of that problem, right?
Sure, because you're aware of
something. You can put your tray up.
But what if they told you no? Like, if you let them know, like, hey, I'm going to recline my seat, what if they're like, I'd rather you not?
Oh, I never asked. People have told me.
Oh, okay.
Well, like, they've said to me, hey, I'm going to recline my seat. And I was like, yeah, no problem.
So
you're forewarned. And
Yeah, but let's say, put yourself in that position, and you're like, I'm going to recline my seat, and they tell you you'd rather not. Do you not?
I'd be like, bro, sorry, take it up with them.
Okay.
I paid for the seat. I don't think you want a problem on the plane or off the plane, so I would just suggest you turn around and enjoy the flight.
See, I like that. Threaten them.
Well, it's not a threat.
Well, the whole idea, the reason why I was bringing up this conversation is apparently this might be going away, and we might not have to worry about it, and that is because maybe they might be starting to make airplanes without seats that can recline.
Of course.
An article is airline experts saying that reclining seats on airplanes is in the process of being phased out. Maybe. We'll see. But pretty much, if anything, it'll just be for economy class. There are multiple reasons, of course, and the main ones are seats that don't recline are lighter, which keeps fuel costs down, and they don't need mechanical parts, which means less maintenance, right? If it doesn't move,
you have to fix it.
Less parts there. The movement has already started. Budget airlines have planes with upright pre-reclined seats. So that's the thing. They're building them so that the seat is already reclined.
That's cool.
But only typically right now, the couple that are out there is, so if it will move back 4 positions, the new ones are already in a 2-position point, right? So it's not like halfway. It's, is what they're kind of, to give it an idea. Even if this does end up happening more and more on a bigger scale, there are no immediate plans to nix reclining seats on all existing planes because, of course, they're all out there, right? It's just like anything else there for the longest time. You could still see ashtrays on airplanes until those airplanes phased out for over the years. So is this something you like? You like the idea that maybe some of these airlines will get rid of it, at least in economy, where the seats don't recline at all, but they're already in a fixed recline position.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool.
That's what they say. So a lot of Spirit flights that I've been on, maybe all of them, I don't know if it's all the planes. I don't want to speak out of place. The seats don't recline, which sucks, especially if you're on a very long flight. But they say the same thing when asked about it or whatever, that the seats are pre-reclined.
Right.
kind of feel like the same if it wasn't.
So that's the thing, right?
Yeah, like how do you prove it?
Yeah.
They don't recline because they're pre-reclined.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, why do I feel like I'm like leaning forward?
I think the concept is nice because, again, there's no, like you said, Jimmy, there's no more debate. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's it.
That eliminates the debate. If it doesn't recline, you don't have to worry about it.
It is what it is. So I think also anytime maybe you can have it where people are not interacting. I mean, you see it over a lot of things in life when anybody has to compromise. I see it a lot of times at bars when certain games are on and somebody wants to change it. Well, some people are super cool and some people aren't. And it's another thing of just being, courteous to somebody. You know what I mean? Hey, can I change the game? Are you watching it or something like that? And the same thing here. Hey, can I put my seat back? Franny's right. Somebody could be like, no, I don't like it. Right there, you can get into an argument, which is really, it's your prerogative. You paid for the seat. I want to put it back. Yep. I'm more comfortable.
Well, and the other thing, too, with something like this is if it's fixed, if the seat is fixed and it doesn't move, it's one less thing that people can get into a fight about.
I agree.
I know it sounds silly, but, we keep hearing about how there's more and more fights happening everywhere in general, but airplanes specifically. And if that's one less thing that some drunk guy or girl can start throwing a fit about, well, maybe it's an okay thing.
They do it at sports bars with games on Sundays now. They put up what game is on underneath. Giants, Eagles. That's it. If you don't want to watch the Giants, Eagles, then don't be in front of this TV. And it does prevent that for people going back and forth and arguing. But, again, it's just somebody being courteous. Like, hey, are you watching this? I saw it Sunday with the Masters. I was at a couple places, and, a lot of guys want to watch the Masters, but a couple guys want to watch baseball. You know what I mean? So it's a common thing of, hey, you watching this? Can we put this on?
Hey, I want the UFL game on over here.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Go home. That's what you can do. But I think that what you just said is the biggest thing. It eliminates it. So there's no more discussion. Yep. This is what it is. If sorry.
Whether or not it feels like it's in a recline position or not, if it's fixed, there's no more debate on it. Yeah. And I'm with you, Freddie, because that's in the mindset. The mindset is it's not reclined.
Yep.
Right? No matter whether it is or it isn't. The mindset is that if you can't push that button and lean backwards, it feels like it's not.
Yep.
877-927-6969. That is the number to call. If you have any opinion on anything we discussed, you could always call us or you could text us at Real Radio 47142 or email Jimmy at realradio921.com on anything. Or if you want to bring something else up, too. Today is National Banana Day, so make sure you put a banana in your mouth and you will feel like a winner.
If not, what are you, just a loser?
I guess.
Well, I don't think that you're a loser if you don't have a banana. I'm just saying it's National Banana Day.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
I don't want to
feel like a winner. Got it.
Yeah, feel like a winner. I don't want to think about losing. Just if you want to feel like a winner, put a banana in your mouth.
Okay.
And it could help you with other things in life.
Alrighty.
It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday, 11:45. Your chance to go to Sunfest. Come on now. Who doesn't want to go to Sunfest? Everybody does. And then at 1:35, I'm giving my favorite recipes and directions. We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
What is the capital of Puerto Rico? Sealand.
Puerto Rico. San Jose?
That is incorrect, Sean.
San Juan.
San Juan is correct.
Mix my Juan and my Jose.
You never do that. Never do that.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Looking at delays here on 95 northbound between 10th Avenue North and Belvedere Road, and a vehicle fire here blocking 3 right lanes. Southern Boulevard eastbound approaching I-95. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Russo.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the Tudor Dixon Podcast, the life-threatening dangers of the abortion pill. Details you won't hear from the mainstream media. Check out this must-hear episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Greek, and this Friday we'll be at Barrett-Jackson at the fairgrounds for a great event. All makes, all models, classic, new cars, all kinds of cars you can think of. It's this Friday at the fairgrounds. The Penthouse will be live, sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach. Stop by this Friday and see the Penthouse live, sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach, where the beautiful ladies are there 7 days a week until 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. It's Barrett-Jackson, it's the Penthouse, and Monroe's. Wow, I don't want to miss that. Peace.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Business. It's all the things that keep this world turning. And behind every one of these companies is a partner helping to keep it all moving. It's why the local flower shop and your favorite pizza joint, the startup in the stadium, hospitals and hotels, banks and restaurants nationwide all choose the advanced network, cybersecurity solutions, and round-the-clock trusted partnership from Comcast Business, the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
See why Comcast Business powers more small businesses than anyone else. Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $49 a month for 12 months with a 2-year contract when you add one unlimited mobile line. Plus, ask how to get up to an $800 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call to switch today. Ends 5/6/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 100 megabits per second internet and security edge. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
It's Palm Beach Harley's Keep the Same Payment event. Trade your bike for a brand new 2024 Harley with no money out of pocket and keep the same payment. Finance specialists are on site to get you approved only at Palm Beach Harley.
On approved credit ends Sunday.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them. This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, you can name a star for birthdays, weddings, or even memorials. Over 45 years, we have named millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333.
The good folks at Wendy's have a revolutionary new product for you. Introducing the new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. It's like a time machine that takes you all the way back to now, the year 2024. It's the classic creamy, orangey flavor you remember. Dare I say, it's new-timey. It's the flavor you grew up with, just all grown up. Head over to your local Wendy's establishment and get yours while supplies last. The new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. Here for the now, for now.
Limited time only at participating Wendy's.
Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admired so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-Marines.
Try the new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty at Wendy's. It's like walking down recent memory lane. To have Orange Dreamsicle Frosty in our timeline is truly something special, and we shouldn't let the moment pass us by. And be quick, it's only available for a limited time.
For more information about contests on the station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Progressive Insurance.
The Marlins a winner last night, beating the Giants. Ryan Weathers, the winning pitcher. He has 2 of the Marlins' 4 wins this season. Eastern Conference games in the NBA play-in tournament tonight, including the Heat at Philadelphia. The winner gets the 7th seed. The interest in women's basketball continues to explode. The WNBA Draft Monday drew a record audience of 2.4 million. That's 4 times the audience of the previous record. I'm Matt McCoy.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Hi guys, Nancy Grace here, host of podcast Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. It's so easy to think it will never happen to me or my family, but that is simply not true. We speak to victims' families. Every day is a mission to keep one more person safe. Listen to Crime Stories with Nancy Grace on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Crime Stories with Nancy Grace.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
Real Radio 92.1. We are an iHeart radio station.
Hi, this is Granny. Greg, to celebrate National Banana Day, when you come over tonight, I want you to turn my Virginia into a banana creamed pie. Honey?
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Lucky bastard. Just let that sit for a minute.
Let's not. Let's get our minds off of that, please. Change the subject.
A few minutes later. It is the Penthouse. Your chance to win tickets to Sunfest today in about 9 minutes and change. I'll be coming at you, and you also get an opportunity 13 times a day to win $1,000 here on Real Radio. Come on, somebody step up and win $1,000 and buy me a hot fudge sundae. Jimmy's in the house.
Hey, you got 20 more minutes. Go to realradio921.com and enter the keyword money, MONEY, and you'll be in the running for that $1,000 that Greek just told you about. Good morning.
And, of course, Francis is here.
Hey, what's going on?
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, this story is breaking as we speak. Whether or not it has any truth to it, we don't know. But there are reports that Robert Kraft did call the owner of the Falcons and said, don't trust Bill Belichick and don't hire him.
Huh.
This is some reports that have been coming out. Whether or not it's true, I don't know. Speculation. It's been out there. The Four Little Network's got an article about it. If it is true, it's pretty bad. I can't see Robert Kraft doing that, but who knows what went on behind the scenes. But they were together for 20 years. Had tremendous amount of success, but everybody thought it was odd that the Falcons did not hire Bill Belichick after 2 interviews, but they went into a different direction. We'll see. Belichick is not working right now. Said he might take off this year. Looks like he is, and just sit and wait and see what happens. There could be a lot of teams that will have problems, and maybe he could step in. But this is a report that has been popping up. I've gotten some text messages about it, that Robert Kraft picked up the phone and called the Atlanta Falcons. Whether or not it's true, we will see. Last night, Panthers had a big game. They were down 2-0, and they ended up scoring 5 unanswered goals, and they won 5-2. Their last home game of the season. You heard it on Real Radio. And the Panthers have the best record in their division. So hats off to the Florida Panthers. Hopefully have a great Stanley Cup, and maybe we'll get that first cup ever in South Florida. The Marlins also won last night 6-3 against the Giants. Got some big hits and great pitching as they got another victory. Hats off to the Marlins. We need it. And also, it looks like the Dolphins and Tua are working on a deal a long-term deal to make him the starting quarterback. I know there are a lot of Dolphin fans out there that are like, with him, and there are some who like him, but we'll see what happens. It looks like he's going to get paid, and it will happen this summer. That's what they're figuring. They talked about it yesterday because the teams are in camp. It's voluntary, but most players do show up for these workouts, and it does look like the Dolphins are going to sign him. I'm not surprised. That's the way all the indications went, that he was going to get paid. The GM said yesterday that the Dolphins and his people, two of his people, are talking, and it's going in the right direction. So we'll see what happens with that. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened sooner than later that Tua got inked. And don't forget, next Thursday is the NFL draft, and that'll be going on in Detroit, and it'll be a huge event, and everybody will be watching it. And that is your trifecta for lunchtime. Peace. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the show. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Those are the ways that you can get involved in the show, and always give us a call and let us know. Jimmy, you think there's any truth to that speculation that came out?
I was reading that too because our buddy Evan sent me a link to an article. Now it's pretty much probably the same one. It was Yahoo Sports, but that's kind of not relevant. I don't know. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that Belichick would go out, or Kraft would go out of his way to call the owner of the Falcons and say, no, you don't want to hire him. He's too much trouble. Seems weird after the relationship that they had for all those years. I mean, I could see him maybe not saying anything at all, but to actually go out of his way to do it the way that article read, yeah, I'm a little surprised. What are you?
Yeah, if it's true, yes. It sort of makes me think that maybe Kraft felt that Belichick betrayed him some way. Maybe Belichick said that he was going to stick around because it sounds like he was a little bit mad about it. If it's true, we don't know if it's true or not. Because if Kraft wanted him to leave, I don't think he would really care where he was going or what he was doing. All the owners are pretty friendly on, where they can pick up the phone and talk to each other. And it is, if it is true, it is blackballing him in a way, like saying, hey, don't hire him. You can't be trusted.
Sounds like there was a bit of a fallout between the two of them.
Yes.
I think we're finding out more and more. The simple fact that Kraft is like, we're going to move on, that type of thing. That alone says that there's some sort of fallout.
Yeah. I know the Patriots have a Hall of Fame, which over the years a lot of their players are in. And they were talking about Belichick obviously being in it. That might alter it a little bit. I'm sure Belichick's not happy about this, and I'm sure he's heard about it before it broke. The media breaks these stories, but obviously the public's the last one to know. I don't know. I mean, again, that's pretty petty in a way, but who knows? Maybe there's a lot of anger.
Well, plus, there was already a couple people in the Falcons organization that weren't too keen on him going there anyway.
Yes.
Ahead of that meeting, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, that seemed normal because they were going to get dropped in the pegging poll for the team once Belichick came. And when Belichick came, it's his way or the highway. You know what I mean? So everybody who was in power on the Atlanta Falcons side was gone. So, of course, you're going to say, I don't want him here. You know what I mean? They're not going to work with him well and all that stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. There's always stuff behind the scenes and all these kind of things that happen. I thought it was rare he didn't get hired when they interviewed him twice. Once I could see, but you bring the guy back twice and then you say you're not going to, what the hell was the second time for? So maybe Kraft in between, again, we're speculating, picked up the phone.
And with all the other teams that needed head coaching, nobody else picked up the phone?
I don't think he wanted to go to a lot of places.
I'm sure he was very particular.
Yeah.
He didn't want to start from scratch.
Yep.
I'm sure he wouldn't want to go to a team where he would have to completely rebuild the roster.
And I think he wants to stay and, also have an opportunity in Atlanta. He thought he did because they had a lot of young stars where he can make a move.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's not going to struggle. And ultimately, he wants to hang around. I think he loves coaching, but he wants to get the all-time winning game, and he wants to beat Shula.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he'll coach. I do think. I don't know where, but I think someplace on the East Coast he'll end up getting a job. I wouldn't be surprised if he went back to the Giants after this year, if the Giants have a bad season.
If they have a bad season, which it looks like they're probably going to.
Yeah.
At least a mediocre season. I could see them wanting to change head coaching there.
Jets. I can see him going to Jets. I can see him going to the Eagles, teams that, have had a couple transitional problems.
The
and
Eagles
stuff.
is the one that kind of makes you wonder, only because of the success that they've had. And obviously, they still got a great roster.
Yeah, they've had a lot of problems with their head coach, and last year they fired the offensive defense coordinator. If they have a bad year this year, we'll say. But he has said he wants to stay on the East Coast. So we'll see. But it's surprising. Like, you just think it's tick for tat. And, Graf's, he's got nothing else to do, pick up the phone.
Yeah.
But these guys, they got feelings just like everybody else. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the show. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. That's another way you can call us. Or you could email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Franny, do you have any interest in buying gold? Because they say it's going to be going up, and it's been going up for years.
I haven't really thought about it, but I heard at Costco people are going crazy over buying the gold bars they have there.
Experts are saying they think gold could hit up to $3,000 within the next 6 months. So if you're thinking about it and you do have some money to purchase gold.
Yeah, no, but I'm not kidding. There's stories that came from New York Times and saying that customers are flocking to buy these gold bars at Costco.
Yeah, and they're not
I didn't even
cheap.
know they sold them until these 24-karat bars. They're like 1 ounce little 24-karat bars that they've been selling.
And they're not inexpensive, by the way.
Bar? I heard bar?
Yeah.
I heard bar. I was answering
Not
the
that
phone.
kind of bar.
Different one.
Not that kind of bar. He mentioned how gold is going up again, or experts are saying. And I mentioned online specifically, not at the stores. I was reading New York Times a few days ago that people are flocking, even though you don't have to flock to go actually there because it's online, to buy these 1 ounce 24-karat gold bars that Costco is selling.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. So obviously they see
Yeah.
the
Again,
writing on the wall.
gold has been going up for years, but they really expect it to take a nice pop within the next 6 months, where it's going to really go. Like Franny said, Costco. I had no knowledge Costco sold gold there. Somebody said they're going to Costco. I don't think it would pop in my mind to buy a gold bar, but
Online is what I've read.
Oh yeah,
On their website.
But again, it's something that they're saying. So maybe if you have some money you want to invest and you're not sure about, if you missed the Lakers last night or other things in life, maybe you buy some gold and make some money. That's what they're saying, the experts in the gold market. Jimmy, you want to give away some tickets to Sunfest?
We have a pair of tickets to Sunfest, or one-day passes. Now, Sunfest is going on May 3rd through the 5th on the Flagler waterfront. Of course, they're in downtown West Palm Beach. We got acts like Billy Idol, Nelly's going to be there, Third Eye Blind, Shaggy. And we just found out today that Quiet Riot is also going to be there on Friday. I think you said, Franny?
Yep,
Correct?
they
That was
are.
Friday?
Yep, they are going to be taken over because the Fix is no longer going to be able to be there.
So if you want to go
replacing.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I was just saying they're replacing them.
If you want to go to Sunfest, we have a pair of one-day passes for you. Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969, 877-927-6969. And we're going to play Who's Most Likely To?
Yes.
All right, and that's where Franny reads a scenario, and then the three of us, Greek, Francis, and myself, we vote amongst ourselves who is most likely to fit that scenario, and you have to guess who we voted for. So think of the Penthouse. Think of how we would answer that question, not necessarily how you might. And if you guess correctly as to the answer that we gave, we'll send you to Sunfest for 1 day. So give us a call right now. Look at that. Phone lines are already full, so I'm going to get some people lined up right now.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Speaking of Costco, I saw the other day while we were there that they're selling Sunfest tickets too.
Are they really?
What do they not sell?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know you used to be able to pick them up at Publix, and Sunfest has their own office downtown. But yeah, I saw Costco was selling them.
Gold and Sunfest tickets and gas. I stop there once in a while to get gas in the morning. And Christmas time, I get my poinsettias there. I will give them a great endorsement for that. Big event that's going to be in our area this weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, is Barrett Jackson. If you like cars, all shapes, models, makes, man, they got it from A to Z. Check it out. You will definitely have a great time. The Penthouse will be live Friday there. Compliments of Monroe's, our big sponsors, where you can find beautiful ladies 7 days a week, along with a 5-star menu and a great atmosphere. But we will be there on Friday, broadcasting live for Barrett Jackson. Always a lot of fun and a good time. And again, if you like cars, you will definitely get a bang for your buck to go there and enjoy yourself on this Friday at the fairgrounds. The Penthouse will be there live 10 to 2. Compliments of Monroe's of Palm Beach, our sponsors. They're making it happen. We'll be on location. I am excited to go. Franny, have you ever been at a Barrett Jackson?
Yeah, we've done the Barrett Jackson together.
No, I meant when it's actually going on, like, when they're selling the cars and everything like that, where the auction is actually inside, I'm saying.
Oh, no, yeah. I was going to say we broadcasted Barrett Jackson a few times, but I've never gone to it other than us being there. No.
It should be pretty cool on Friday. I'm excited. We're supposed to be broadcasting inside, right where it goes on, so we'll see what happens with that. But looking forward to it, and always want to thank Monroe's. And if you want to have a good night, make it become a great night, go to Monroe's of Palm Beach. Jimmy, are we ready with Sunfest tickets?
We are ready, and we have a whole board of contestants that want to win Sunfest tickets, and we're starting with Scott. Scott's on the air with us. Scott, welcome to the Penthouse. How you doing today, buddy?
Hey, doing great. How are you guys?
We're doing great, Scott. How long have you been listening to Real Radio?
A long time, since like 2007.
Wow. Great run.
Pretty good run going there, Scott. Let's see if we can get you set up with a pair of one-day passes to Sunfest going on May 3rd through the 5th on the Flagler Waterfront. Franny is going to read a scenario, so just hang tight for a second after she reads it, because we're going to vote amongst ourselves, Greek, Francis, and myself, who is most likely to fit that scenario, and you have to guess who we voted for, okay?
Awesome.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Now you got to think what we would say, and hopefully you know the Penthouse well enough for this one. Out of Jimmy, Greek, or myself, Franny, who was most likely to have lost their virginity first?
All right, Scott, we have our answer. Out of the three of us, Greek, Francis, or myself, Jimmy, who's most likely to have lost their virginity first?
This is a tough one. I feel like all you guys probably lost it super young.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, Franny's like, what?
Excuse me?
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Taking it. I don't know, Scott. I don't know if that was a great opening statement.
All right, Scott, but we do need an answer because we have ours. Who do you think?
All right, I'm going to go with Greek.
Nice job, Scott.
I still am a virgin.
Awesome.
That's awesome. You get a lot of money in Boca for that, male or female.
Scott, great job. Now, I'm going to put you on hold. If you can hang tight for a couple of minutes when we go to break, I'm going to get back on the line with you off air, and we'll get you set up with those tickets. Okay, pal?
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
You're the
you very
man.
much.
Nice job.
Congratulations. Yep, we're back at it tomorrow. If you're like, dang it, that was too easy. Well, hopefully we will make it easy for you tomorrow. Probably not. We're doing He Said, She Said tomorrow, and that is still for a pair of tickets, one-day passes to Sunfest.
That was easy.
Yep, and if you want to go to Sunfest and you can't call in, or you want all these cool things we have up for grabs, like Aerosmith tickets, all kinds of stuff, go to realradio921.com/contest and just register to win for everything on there.
Thank you, Franny. Great job. And thank you, Jimmy. Good job also. Time Magazine released their most influential people, top 100, and Patrick Mahomes is on there. I'm surprised Kelsey's not there. I really did. I thought he was going to make the list. But Patrick Mahomes is there, and he's one of the top 100 most influential people, Patrick Mahomes.
Well, they did confirm, because we were talking that there was speculation he was going to be hosting Travis Kelce, being the he. Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And it's not Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? It's actually a little spin-off, and it's Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity? But they did say that he will be the host of that game show.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
When is that supposed to start? This year?
Let's see. It's going to be on Prime Video, so you do have to have Prime, which I know, G-Man, you do. I just don't know if you know how to log into it.
Probably not.
But, yeah,
Still
they
working
said-
on fixing the microwave clock. I think I might do it this weekend. It's one of my things.
They confirmed
It's on
this.
the list. It's on the list of things to do.
Yeah, I think so. I might have to.
What's it under? Can we move it up on the list?
Yeah, because you're normally pretty good at banging out everything on your list, and you just can't get that one checked off, huh?
I'm going to have to probably do FaceTime Live.
Yeah, and
with somebody.
I told him I would help him. I already told him. I said, if you FaceTime me, I know you know what you're doing. You just don't want to. You're just not doing it. You don't care. You're not there enough.
No, I'm not there enough, but I would enjoy speaking to you and seeing you, so it'd be a good reason to call you. Can you help me, please? How do I do it?
So they made the announcement yesterday that the series is being produced by MGM Alternative. It's a division of Amazon's MGM Studios, and it's going to stream in more than 240 countries. Wow. They said, he said, I grew up loving the TV show, and so he is going to be hosting his very first game show, Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity? So
See what
sounds
happens.
like it could be a good time.
Safe to say they're going to get guest celebrities on
Taylor Swift
constantly.
Right
Oh yeah, you would have to. You would have to have because
That's the
before
question.
they would have the little kiddos standing there. So now you're going to have celebrities surrounding him.
Right.
Yeah, you'll have people like right there, I would assume. You always hear numbers about celebrities and movie stars and ball players, not so much politicians, but that category, about money they owe and different things. I read an article about Tori Spelling the other day that I just blew my mind, and I've seen some crazy numbers. But she used to have storage units, and really, really big ones, and tons of them. And at one time, she owed $80,000 in storage unit fees, and she couldn't pay. 80 dimes. Are you kidding me? 80,000 she owed. And I mean, her father had unbelievable money, unbelievable wealth for years and years, very successful out in Hollywood. But she owed $80,000 in storage units. I can't imagine that. And she would just buy stuff, I guess, and just fill them up and all over California or her area. But it said she owed at one time $80,000 in fees. Is that not a high number or what? $80,000 in fees. That's crazy. What's the storage unit, like $200 a month or $100? Something like that.
Depends. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Depends
she's
on the size. I mean, if you get a one of the larger ones, they can be $200-$300 a month. Yeah.
Yeah, she said she had really big ones.
And then, of course, this could be, in California, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah,
so, they might even be more.
Yeah, it's just.
But I mean, think about it. Late fees, all that stuff. It can add up.
Yeah, $80,000 she ended up owing. They ended up selling.
Oh, true. Yeah, I didn't look at it that way because if she owed that, obviously she hadn't paid it. Yeah.
So she said they ended up selling all her stuff. She didn't pay the bill. She's had some financial problems over the years. When her dad passed away, too, she was not happy about what she got. She didn't get, obviously, what she thought. Her father was very, very wealthy. It's been going through a divorce for years with this, her ex. Just been crazy. But, yeah, she's fallen on some hard times. There's no doubt about it. But, yeah, $80,000 she said she owed. I think I was like, oh, my God, $80,000 storage fees. Woo, that is a lot. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. You just had the opportunity for you guys to win tickets to Sunfest, and we had somebody who won. Scott. Great job by Scott. And thank you, Jimmy, obviously, and Franny for helping us with the contest. But every day at 11:45, we give you guys an opportunity to win a prize because we want to say thank you. And it usually happens, and it works out well. Also, you get an opportunity to win $1,000. Started on Monday, 13 times a day to win a Geno. Who doesn't want $1,000?
And don't go anywhere because we got another keyword coming up here after the top of the hour. So stay tuned, grab that keyword, then go to realradio921.com. And when that window pops up for you, boom, enter that keyword, and you'll be in the running for $1,000.
There it is, people. Make it happen. Pay attention.
Get yourself a storage unit.
Yeah, get yourself a storage unit. You might not miss it on your 401k, but don't miss on the keyword. It is Francis, Jimmy, and moi. We'll be back in a few minutes.
What's a Real Radio podcast? It's Real Radio on demand. Find your favorite show at realradio921.com. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Looking at delays here, 95 northbound between 10th Avenue North and Belvedere Road, and a vehicle fire here blocking 3 right lanes. Southern Boulevard eastbound approaching I-95. That's traffic. I'm Ricky Russo.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals use proprietary AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Hey, it's Greek, and this Friday we'll be at Barrett-Jackson at the fairgrounds for a great event. All makes, all models, classic, new cars, all kinds of cars you can think of. It's this Friday at the fairgrounds. The Penthouse will be live, sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach. Stop by this Friday and see the Penthouse live, sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach, where the beautiful ladies are there 7 days a week until 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. It's Barrett-Jackson, it's the Penthouse, and Monroe's. Wow, I don't want to miss that. Peace.
Mike Lang here for Air Around the Clock. Want to save money on your taxes? Of course you do. Listen to this. You can get up to a $2,000 tax credit on qualifying Rheem AC models. So if your wife is hot, give us a call at 888-FIX-MY-AC and get a brand new Rheem AC unit and save on your taxes at the same time. You heard it here first from me, Mike Lang. Call 888-FIX-MY-AC now, or you could reach us at atcair.com.
Business. It's all the things that keep this world turning. And behind every one of these companies is a partner helping to keep it all moving. It's why the local flower shop and your favorite pizza joint, the startup and the stadium, hospitals and hotels, banks and restaurants nationwide all choose the advanced network, cybersecurity solutions, and round-the-clock trusted partnership from Comcast Business, the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
See why Comcast Business powers more small businesses than anyone else. Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $49 a month for 12 months with a 2-year contract when you add one unlimited mobile line. Plus, ask how to get up to an $800 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call to switch today. Ends 5/6/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 100 megabits per second internet and security edge. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
They're modern-day con artists, and they're the focus of Creating a Con, a true crime anthology podcast. Season 1 spotlights Ray Trapani and his tech startup scam, endorsed by DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather, and built on empty promises and millions from bilked investors.
If someone's like, oh, what's your best way of making money? I don't think start a business. I'm like, oh, we should start some sort of scheme. And I can't help it.
Listen to Creating a Con on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Creating a Con.
In Florida, hurricanes are a part of life. Our Category 5 storm catcher screens, shutters, and high-impact windows will help protect your home from hurricane winds, rain, and airborne debris. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admired so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like One Hit Wonders.
This is the story of I'm not sick, but I'm not well.
Just search One Hit Wonders and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we go through the remainder of our Wednesday. Temperatures are in the low 80s out there today. That is normal for this time of year. A little breezy, too. Winds out of the east around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Overall, it's a comfortable one. We're going to stay sunny for the rest of the week. Temperatures are increasing, though. We are back in the upper 80s heading into the weekend.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the Tudor Dixon Podcast, Senator Steve Daines joins the show to discuss the ongoing saga at the border and talks how important it is for Republicans to win the Senate. You won't believe the stats he gives us. It's the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Honey, it's our favorite leaf filter trusted pro, Matt. Matt, come in.
Hi, Mrs. Sparks. You wanted me to stop by? Is everything okay with your leaf filter gutter protection system?
Okay, of course, silly. We wanted you to stop by for dinner as our way of thanking you.
Yes, to thank you for that free gutter inspection, the free estimate, and what was the other thing?
That lifetime guarantee.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Sparks, those are just Leaf Filter's policies. Everyone who calls Leaf Filter gets a trusted pro to come out for a free gutter inspection and estimate. And every leaf filter installation comes with a lifetime guarantee.
So it's gutters, not just us?
No, sir. We don't want anyone to worry about clogged gutters ever again.
You mean everyone gets this level of service?
Everyone. They just need to visit leafilter.com/audio to schedule their free inspection.
Okay, but you must be starving. You work so hard.
Ready to love your gutter protection as much as we do? Visit leaffilter.com/audio and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Coming up on the show, how many more NFL draft bets have we added? We'll get into that. Plus, Will Hill in studio with all of his bets, basketball, football, baseball, and beyond. And Jason Weingart from Under a Cloud of Smoke. Numbers game 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, right here at VSiN.
With the last two Heisman Trophy winners now headed to the NFL draft this year, who will rise to the top of the college game in 2024? Hi, I'm Stormy Bonantoni with VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. The Heisman favorite, none other than Longhorns QB1 Quinn Ewers at 9-1, who returns to Texas in hopes of building on last year's CFP semifinal appearance. He's tied to top of the odds board with Georgia's Carson Beck. The UGA signal caller helped the Dogs to an undefeated regular season in 2023, but a loss to Alabama in the SEC title game kept Georgia out of the playoffs. Dylan Gabriel's not far behind at 10-1. The former Sooner turned Oregon Duck had 30 touchdowns last year with just 6 picks. Jalen Milroe's odd lengthened to 12-1 following the retirement of Nick Saban.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword WIN at realradio921.com. That's WIN. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're in The Penthouse on a Wednesday. Thanks for always tuning in. Just got a keyword from our boy Rover, so try to make it happen and win $1,000, please. Jimmy's in the house.
Good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hey, what's up?
And I believe it's time for some fun facts.
It's fun facts. Well, we mentioned it a ton today, that today is National Banana Day. We gave you some interesting stats about that, but it's some other days too. We have National Cheese Ball Day. If you like yourself a good cheese ball, celebrate that. It's also Malbec World Day, if you like a Malbec. National Crawfish Day. National Kickball Day. And what I'm going to do, because I feel like it makes sense and goes along with where we're going to be on Friday, Barrett Jackson, it's Ford Mustang Day.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah. That was my very first car. It was a Ford Mustang. There's a fun fact for you. The 350 and the GT 350, do you know what it stands for?
Engine size?
Should be engine size, yeah.
So you would think, and that's why I want to double check.
They didn't make it 350.
Huh?
They didn't make it 350.
No, but that's why I'm going to look and see what it, but according to this, which is a auto parts website, that according to this, they said that the 350 stands for the amount of steps it took to walk from the Ford production shop to the racing shop.
Okay.
Yep.
Makes sense.
One of the original names in the running for a Mustang was the Cougar. Some prototype Mustangs were even produced with a Cougar logo on them.
Oh, no kidding.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Was there a Cougar car for years that you could purchase? I think there was a Cougar.
I don't know. I know
there was
Jaguar.
But there was a
Okay.
Cougar too, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Lee Lacaga, if I'm saying that right, the inventor of the Mustang, claims that the Mustang emblem runs to the left because it runs free in the opposite direction of a racehorse. However, the real reason was likely because the designer, Phil Clark, was left-handed. So they said one of the original designs for the horse and corral on the Mustang's front grille had only the horse head rather than the running horse that we know today. The first Mustang, serial number 1, was actually sold early by mistake to a pilot in Finland. They said years later, Ford was able to buy back the first Mustang And right now it's currently displayed in the Henry Ford Museum. Want to guess what the most popular Ford Mustang color is?
Ooh,
red.
Man.
Ding, ding, ding. Red it is. 1964, on the first day the Mustang was available, Ford sold over 22,000 units. This one's interesting. So in 1994, that's what I had in my Ford Mustang. I'm trying to think. I think that's maybe what I had. I don't know. But Mustangs had 3 designs. The Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Rambo, and the Bruce Jenner.
Really?
Ford ultimately went with the Schwarzenegger design for the model.
Good thing they didn't go with the Bruce Jenner.
Why is that?
I don't know. Just good thing.
Okay. In 1966, Shelby was the first Mustang to offer a supercharger as an option. Yeah, it's a misprint here. Charger as an option. It says changer. The first Shelby GT convertible was actually produced in 1966 rather than 1968, but only 4 of them were made. So they served as production prototypes for the planned 1967 convertible models.
Imagine how wonderful it would be to have one of those.
Right?
Oh, my God. How much do you think those
only
are worth?
one of 4 ever made.
Oh, millions, right? Oh,
Damn.
it'll be at Barrett Jackson this week.
Probably. They said the 1976 Mustang II was actually the first Mustang Cobra, despite being called the Cobra II. There's a lot of Mustang facts. Yeah, these are one of my favorite. The Ford Mustang made its debut at the 1964 New York World's Fair. Not familiar with that. They said that the very first Mustang only came with 3 gears. The original Mustang sold for a base price of, you want to guess?
$14,000.
I'm going to say, I'm sorry, the first year they were made?
Yeah, the original Mustang sold for a base price of.
I'm going to say $1,400.
You were closer. $2,368.
That was expensive.
I know.
64.
Bring those days back.
Yeah, really.
How much was it again?
$2,368. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, I mentioned the other day I was watching a couple of videos that came up on my For You that had like old Prices Right things. And one of the Showcase Showdown, they had like a new Camaro in 1972 was $2,600.
Was it really?
Oh, yeah.
$2,600.
That's just the way the prices were then, right?
And this is interesting. Despite its macho image and appearance, Mustangs were originally marketed towards women. And the most powerful Ford Mustang to date is the 2015 Shelby Super Snake. Gotta check out that. Maxing out at over 750 HP. And there you go for your Mustang fun facts.
Very good, Francis. Great job. Some interesting things, especially the prices. Man, that is crazy.
Have you ever seen a Shelby Super Snake?
Yes.
Jimmy? Or G-Man, you have 2 at 2015?
My good friend Richie had a couple in his warehouse at Atlantis Motor Group, and they were selling.
Super Snake. I don't know.
Very expensive.
Okay.
And a lot of Mustangs he had a few Mustangs that were just beautiful cars.
Oh, and a lot of these have the racing stripes on them now that I look at them.
Very cool. Really, really cool. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. If you want to get involved, you can call us at 877-927-6969. Larry David was on Jimmy Fallon last night, and an interesting fact about him that was his mom, he said, thought he was always a little bit, let's say, odd, and she used to write into the New York Post. They had a psychologist there, and she would say, tell him letters, and never wanted to admit it. Larry David said he figured it out was his mom, and one of the things Larry David never would do was go trick-or-treating as a kid. And the mom said, my young son doesn't like people, anybody, and he's always been like that, except for people he knows that he likes, and he would never go trick-or-treating. So Larry David was telling Jimmy Fallon, he goes, when I saw the article, I said, it's got to be me. I don't like to go trick-or-treating. And he was pretty funny with the whole thing, saying, like, you go to strangers' houses, you knock on their door, and the whole thing. And Larry David is he's definitely a character. He just got done with Larry David, the show on HBO.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, very successful. I mean, the guy's done it all.
Somebody wanted me to let you know that, G-Man, it was Mercury that had the Cougar. And they said that it was kind of like the sister car to the Mustang.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a Cougar. I wasn't sure who made
Mercury Cougar.
But yeah, he was on Jimmy Fallon, and I thought it was pretty funny last night. He's a trip, and the way he explained his mom and everything, and talking about her, and she wrote into the New York Post. I thought that was hilarious with him, and that my son, she goes, I think there's something wrong with him. He doesn't like people, and he won't go trick or treating. I never heard of anybody who didn't want to go trick or treating.
As a kid.
Yeah, as a kid, obviously. As an adult, it's different. But as a kid, I never heard of anybody. Pickleball is huge all over the place, and especially in New York City. And Gen Zs are looking at it as a place to meet singles. That's where they go now to meet singles, to play pickleball. And all people are playing it, all ages. A lot of injuries for people a little bit older who are playing it in their, say, 40s, 50s, and 60s. But the young Gen Zs are saying it's a great place to meet somebody on the court. You think that'd be a good place to meet somebody? Break the ice?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Especially they're popping up everywhere.
Yeah, those retirement communities. You know, it's a great activity that a lot of seniors have learned and they like to play too. So yeah, doesn't surprise me at all that that'd be a good place to meet. Yeah, I mean they have groups and everything, and you join up at a league. Yeah, sure, I can see that.
And for the young kids, I mean, again, they have so many more options, obviously, with social media and dating apps, and they're out and about. But they are even saying that is a great place to meet people, pickleball. I know a lot of my friends are into it, and they play it on a regular basis. So maybe if you can't meet anybody, maybe that's a new thing to do. Try to join a league of pickleball. And I don't know how expensive it would be, but maybe you could try that, and maybe it'll break the ice. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the show. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142.
Want to play a little game?
Yeah.
Who is richer? Who has more money? And amongst these celebrities, so I've got a list here, and I looked up. There was something that jumped out at me, and I didn't end up getting an article for it, but because I was seeing the different net worth that a lot of these celebrities have, I thought we'd play a little game, because some of them might be a little bit deceiving. Let's see if we can trick some people, or, hey, if you know, great. Who has more money, Emma Watson or Kelly Kuko?
I'll go with Watson.
All right.
Yeah, from all that Harry Potter money.
All right. Well, according to this, and this is as of 2024, Emma Watson.
But who's the other one?
Kelly Kuko.
Kelly Cuoco, but she made a lot of money with Big Bang Theory.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would go with her.
Kelly Cuoco did. Gosh darn it, that's tough.
Yeah, we'll go with the other one.
And you'd be correct. Kelly is worth a little bit more. She's worth $100 million versus
Jesus.
Kelly or Emma Watson. It's worth $85 million according to this here.
I forgot that Big Bang got those big paydays.
Yeah, they did. As soon as you said Big Bang.
Yeah, I was like, all right, Kelly Cuoco.
Yeah.
How about Prince Harry or... let's find somebody else.
Joe Malcolm.
Joel Malcolm. Prince Harry or Sarah Jessica Parker. How about that? They're right next to each other.
I mean, he's royal, but doesn't mean he's got a big net worth. Yeah. I don't know. Give me Sarah Jessica Parker. She's got wine. She's got Sex in the City. And I just feel like it's one of those, you may not think it because he's royalty.
All right. What do you think, Greek?
I'm going to go the opposite. Because I think he gets a lot of money from a lot of different areas.
You want to go to Prince, and Francis will be correct, and it is a whopping difference. Prince Harry is put down here as worth $60 million, and Sarah Jessica Parker is worth $200 million. Smackaroo.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a lot of cash.
Now, here is, let's see, I'm not going to say, Kim Kardashian is here.
I see what you did there. That's terrible.
What's that?
He said that's not horsing around.
That's a big difference.
That's my joke.
I know what you're doing. It's a Sarah Jessica Parker joke.
That's not. It's just it's a big difference. 200 to 60. Oh, my God. It's like no horsing around. It's a big difference.
All right. How about, let's see. Let's go with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, he's cute.
Or Lauren Conrad.
Oh, give me Lauren Conrad. She's got all kinds of. She's got all kinds of stuff. Like I know she's from the hills and but I think she's got like jewel clothing or something, or maybe some kind of home design. I don't know, but I'm going with her.
All right, Greek, got a guess?
Oh, I'm gonna sit with Franny and go with her.
All right, and that would be correct. Michael B. Jordan, according to this, is worth about $25 million, while Lauren Conrad is worth $40 million.
You have no idea who Lauren Conrad is, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Her father was Robert Conrad. He was an actor in the 70s.
Really?
Yeah, big star. He had he was like a tough guy all the time.
I did not know that.
And he had this big commercial about batteries, and he would say, "Knock the battery off my arm."
Huh.
And that's how she got into Hollywood.
But okay. She was on a reality TV show on MTV.
No, I'm saying, but that's how she parlayed it.
I believe you. I just never knew that. Are you making this up?
Her father.
Greek make something up? No
Her
way.
father was Robert Conrad, a famous actor.
No, it was not.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Her dad was an architect named Jim Conrad.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea.
After all
He
these
has no
years,
idea who Lauren Conrad is.
I would think you would have learned from me.
You're
I'm
right.
actually very disappointed.
Sometimes I give him
in
the
you.
benefit of the doubt, Jimmy. Sometimes.
Jimmy, did you smell that? Did you feel that?
Sometimes benefit of the doubt.
I smelled what the Rock was cooking.
Yes.
Do you know who Robert Conrad
You
was?
smelled the crap that was coming out of his mouth. That's what he smelled.
All right, let's move along. And all right, well, we did one prince. Let's do the next future king.
Yes!
Prince William. Is Prince William worth more than Ben Affleck?
Ooh.
Prince
Who's worth more, Ben Affleck or the future king of England?
Man. Ben's got a lot of directing and producing credits, movies, and now Duncan. Give me Ben.
All right. I think it's the donuts, right? That'll do it.
The Duncan.
Those track suits.
And I know J-Lo pays him for sex.
Yeah. Well, she should. From what we hear.
Whoa! Jimmy with a shot on Jenny under the block. Man, this is tough.
But I know because last time we got wrong. We got it right with royalty. Because
You
Prince
were-
Harry, you didn't, but
You did.
gosh darn it. Yeah, just give me Ben.
He's going to go with Ben. I don't know. This is really tough. Can I call a friend?
Yeah, call a friend. Call. Let's see. Who can you call?
Give me Robert Conrad.
Call King Charles.
I'm going to go with the king this
You're
time.
going to go with the king this time? Well, the future king is actually worth about $50 million less because Ben Affleck is sitting on a cool $150 million, according to this, and Prince William is worth $100 million.
How's he going to survive? My God. I got to send him some money.
All right. How about...
I got to sell him some cash.
Let's see...
Robert Conrad
trying
was
to
an actor.
find some people that may not.
I understand he exists, but that's not her dad.
Oh, I know, but I was just telling you.
Thank you for showing me his bio.
It wasn't alive.
Is that guy even alive?
Robert Conrad?
Yeah.
No, he just passed.
Okay. Lauren Conrad, she's younger than me, so I don't know if
Well,
his,
no,
his
I
kids
think
would
he
be
might,
like
he
a lot
might
older.
be. He still might be alive,
Okay.
to be honest with
All
you.
right. But yes, still not her dad.
All right. Just want to tell you, it was in total BS.
Okay.
There was a Robert Conrad who's a movie star,
I believe you.
but there was a little BS involved.
Yes. Got it.
How about Shakira or
Shakira.
Pete Davidson?
Oh, Shakira, come on, that can't be close.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Shakira.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
No. She's worth $300 million. He is worth $8 million. Believe it or not, only $8 million. On this
He's
list.
still pretty fresh.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing really gets famed for is Saturday Night Live and banging on chicks.
Oh no, and he had Bump Kiss was fun, but that's like his thing and other small parts in movies, but I can't think of anything massive where he's gotten paid a lot.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Maybe was it Taco Bell commercial? So that's probably where he got paid the most.
Yeah.
How about Olivia Munn
Ooh, she's
or
hot.
Harry Styles?
Oh, Harry. I gotta guess. I don't even think it's close.
Franny?
Yeah,
Harry Styles
yeah,
or
Harry.
Olivia
One
Munn?
Direction, his solo career, yes.
And you're both absolutely right. And Greek was especially right there. Not even close. Harry Styles is worth $120 million, while Olivia Munn, very pretty and worth a lot of money, but $15 million. Let's see. Miley Cyrus or Ellen Pompeo.
Ellen Pompeo?
Miley.
I would say Miley. I mean, she was a Hollywood actress. I mean,
I
as a
know
kid.
Ellen had like Grey's Anatomy and other things, but I would give me Miley.
Yep, and you would be correct. Where'd she go? Miley, where are you? Miley Cyrus, worth $160 million. I never would have thought that much, though, right?
She's
I mean, she's been around. Hannah Montana. She's been around since she's a kid.
Yes, I mean, she's had a lot. And I think also, I read an article about her. She writes a lot of her own stuff, like her songs.
Mm-hmm.
Ellen Pompeo, $80 million.
Still pretty damn
up
good.
there, right?
Still a ton.
Ellen, you're
about
still
half,
doing
but
good.
Still up there. Selena Gomez or
Selena.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway.
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez or Anne Hathaway?
I I would go with her because she's had a lot
got
of
makeup line. I mean,
and
she's
singing.
She's got the largest following on Instagram. I mean, besides one of those on top of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
But yeah, she does very, very well.
I have to go with Frances. She sounds like she's making a fantastic
Rare Beauty, I think, is her one of those. Yeah.
Selena Gomez, $95 million, and Anne Hathaway, $80 million. Not too far off.
Oh, that was close.
Pretty close. Pretty close, according to this list. Let's see. What do we got? Jenna Ortega or Jennifer Coolidge, who has made quite a surge recently.
She has.
Boy, she's all over the
Ortega
place.
has been doing some good things and some big things, but I'm going to go Coolidge just because of longevity.
A little bit of longevity.
You don't know who Jenna Ortega is, do you?
I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Either one of them. Doesn't
Jenna
ring,
Ortega.
Doesn't
let's
ring a bell.
see. Well, she played Wednesday. The new Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't still know who that is.
Well, then
Jennifer Coolidge, Stifler's mom, and she's been now she's in the White Lotuses, and she's been in a lot. If you saw a picture, you would know. Now she's in the credit card commercials.
Oh, okay. Now I know who she is.
And your deduction was very good, Francis, because Jennifer Coolidge is worth about $6 million, while Jenna Ortega, up and coming, worth $3.
Oh, I didn't even get the list.
Coolidge only at $6 million, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised.
She likes to buy a lot of fancy stuff.
Here's a couple where the age difference is quite a bit. Daniel Craig, or a little bit. Daniel Craig or Trevor Noah.
Well, Daniel Craig's the only thing he's done is James Bond's, I believe.
No, he's been in Knives Out and stuff. I'm and Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I'm going Craig.
Daniel Craig, and yes, it is that Daniel Craig. So Daniel Craig or Trevor Noah?
I'm going to go the other one.
You're going to go with Trevor?
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Noah worth $100 million.
Holy
smackaroos,
moly. Trevor Noah's worth that much money?
while Daniel Craig is worth $160
Still winning.
million.
I don't think I've got one
So-
wrong yet.
You're crushing it.
There you go, crushing it.
Yeah. Follow the money. Let's go.
Wow, Trevor Noah. Is that Daily Show money? Holy
Let's
moly.
see. So you got the Daily Show.
Yeah.
What else we got here? $8 million per season. He signed a new contract in 2017 to bump them up to $16 million. And yeah, apparently that's the big. I mean, obviously he's a stand-up comic,
But
and
still,
and tours,
that's
right?
insanity.
So I don't know what kind of.
You don't know any of the comics we talk to probably are like, what, $100 million? I don't make that much money.
$100 million.
He does very well.
According to
Wow.
this list, I'm
Good for him.
I'm just going by this.
Craig
too, by
a
the
lot
way.
too. I wasn't surprised. He was high too.
I'm not surprised. He's been around for a bit.
Let's see. What do we got? See if we can find
Bond,
one more.
James
How about
I bet James Bond alone probably gave good paydays, and he was in a few of them.
how
Up to
about
5.
Meghan Markle? Or let's find somebody. Bad Bunny.
Oh, Bad Bunny. No Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. He
Bad
kills
Bunny?
it.
Well, I think we finally found a one to trip you up. 'Cause
Really?
Meghan Markle, according to this, is worth $60 million, while Bad Bunny is worth $40.
Wow,
Really?
I'm
Yeah.
surprised because
According
he
to
sells
this.
out arenas
Yeah.
and they
Right.
do like multiple nights.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised.
Well, there's-
Meghan Markle has a higher net worth than Harry, huh?
Yep. Well, Hollywood?
Suits money. Yeah, maybe from
And
Suits.
and then of course doesn't she have like clothing line or makeup line or something?
Well, that's why I'm surprised. They signed like a big deal with who was it? Was it Netflix or something? And even with a podcast and all this stuff, which I've heard like that they're really not doing very well with.
No, people have said that it hasn't really been.
They say the podcast is kind of unlistenable.
Yeah, boring.
Oh, right.
I heard very boring.
Uh-huh.
And don't forget, as a prince, they're not spending any money on anything. He doesn't pay for anything. Everything's free for him wherever he goes. You know, I'm sure his home and cars and whatever he needs, just probably goes, hey, I'm hitting it out today.
I don't know.
Cash.
I don't know how that works because again, I mean, they allegedly denounced his his royal side of things, but of course we know that that's sort of a fallacy.
I should have asked him this weekend at Monroe's when I saw him. I should have said, hey.
Yo, Harry.
Harry, you hurting or what?
How's it going, buddy?
Your wife's got more cash than you. Is that true? It is the Penthouse. Great game, Jimmy. That is pretty good. I like that game. You could obviously parlay that into some betting back and forth and see certain stars. Got to be familiar with them, though. There's no doubt about it. You got to know who the stars are. Franny, great job, by the way. You crushed it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, did very, very good. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We're going to come back with a trifecta. And there's a day coming up this week. It's 420. And if you like the ganj beyond, Franny's going to tell you where you can celebrate and get down and
high.
And high.
And I'm going to tell you where you can't get high.
We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
What is the capital of Puerto Rico?
Sealand.
Puerto Rico. San Jose?
That is incorrect, Sean.
San Juan.
San Juan is correct.
Mix my Juan and my Jose.
You never do that. Never do that.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Travel times on our Palm Beach Expressways up to speed. We are looking good on the Turnpike and 95. We do have that major road work. This is on Southern Boulevard West, right after Royal Palm Beach Boulevard. Right lane there blocked. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey guys, Chef Justin with Fresh from Florida here, reminding you that from blueberry pancakes to blueberry smoothies, almost everything is better with Florida blueberries. In season now, look for Fresh from Florida blueberries at your local grocery store.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admired so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Hey, it's Greek, and this Friday we'll be at Barrett Jackson at the fairgrounds for a great event. All makes, all models, classic, new cars, all kinds of cars you can think of. It's this Friday at the fairgrounds. The Penthouse will be live, sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach. Stop by this Friday and see the Penthouse live, sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach, where the beautiful ladies are there 7 days a week until 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. It's Barrett Jackson, it's the Penthouse, and Monroe's. Wow, I don't want to miss that. Peace.
In Florida, hurricanes are a part of life. That's why over 100,000 Floridians have made StormSmart a part of theirs. Our Category 5 storm catcher screens, shutters, and high-impact windows are designed to help protect your home from hurricane winds, rain, and airborne debris. In fact, StormSmart can protect every opening in your home. If you live in Florida, extreme weather is a part of life. But for year-round storm protection, you can count on StormSmart. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
There are products that offer up to a 20% upfront bonus just for opening an account and up to 12% per year for retirement income. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I've heard from other advisors saying this is too good to be true. No, it's not. We are one of the few who can offer products like these because we're independent. We're not registered with a broker-dealer who tells us what we have to sell, and we don't have to answer to a board of directors who prioritize shareholders over clients. So, is an upfront bonus up to 20% and 12% per year growth for income too good to be true? For most advisors, yes, but not Trajan Wealth. The fact that many of our clients come from other financial advisors is a testament to our value. Experience the Trajan Wealth difference for yourself. 561-390-1000. That's 561-390-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in Florida as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos, a better, easier way to get term life insurance, all online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos, up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admired so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
True Green is the easiest and most affordable way to get a beautiful lawn. All you have to do is water and mow. And to top it off, when you sign up for an annual plan by April 20th, you get one application free. Call or visit truegreen.com today. Restrictions apply.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we go through the remainder of our Wednesday. Temperatures are in the low 80s out there today. That is normal for this time of year. A little breezy too. Winds out of the east around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Overall, it's a comfortable one. We're going to stay sunny for the rest of the week. Temperatures are increasing though. We are back in the upper 80s heading into the weekend.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals use proprietary AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like One Hit Wonders Radio. The greatest one-hit wonders of all time. Ones you definitely remember. I smell sex and candy. And ones that'll make you say, oh yeah. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search One Hit Wonders, and listen now, commercial free. Free never sounded so good.
What Would Greek Do is brought to you by Monroe's of Palm Beach.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
It was Lee Iacocca who created the Mustang! You've been hanging out with Greek too much! Woo! Go Dogs!
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
I thought that's who it was.
Lee Iacocca,
Yeah.
duh.
Yeah, she knew.
It's one of those names that when you look, or words just in general, that when you look at it, it doesn't look anything like the way it's pronounced to an extent.
No, it should say I was reading the I as an L. That was my problem. I called it La Coca.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's an I. So that was definitely me hanging out with Greek too much.
And and even when you said it, I wasn't 100% sure, but I associate him more with Dodge Chrysler, right, than anything else.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was, but I did the same thing you did.
Than I would have with the Mustang.
It's time for a trifecta. And not to be confused with Coco Pasta, Italian restaurant on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, where there are a lot of beautiful ladies. And the Panthers last night, they were losing 2-0. I was sitting next to a couple Panther fans. They were like, the game is over. I said, relax, bitch. Well, guess what? Panthers scored 5 goals and won, and they are also first place in their division because Boston won. So never give up. It's not over until it's over. And how about the Marlins? They beat the Giants yesterday. Good game by them. Got some great pitching and timely hitting, and the Marlins pick up a W. Yankees lost their 3rd game in a row. Not good for the Yanks. All of a sudden, they went from the hottest team to one of the quietest teams, and it could happen just like that in baseball. Remember, baseball is all streaks if you bet it. You can win 8 in a row and lose 8 in a row just like that. And there was a report this morning that Robert Kraft called the owner of the Falcons and said to him, don't hire Bill Belichick. He cannot be trusted. I'm sure this is going to break all over the place. Everybody's going to have an opinion. It's being reported. Jimmy, where'd you say you read it again? Yahoo? Is that correct? I believe
it was Yahoo Sports article that was sent to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's Yahoo Sports reporting it. Also, the 4-letter network. I saw a couple other places, too. They won't get any comment from Belichick, believe me when I tell you, because he's not talking to anybody, never did. But Robert Kraft, some people might be surprised that he did that and maybe wanted to sabotage Belichick. But for whatever reason, the Falcons did interview him twice, and then he didn't get the job. And a lot of people were surprised Belichick didn't get the job. And maybe this had something to do with it. I don't know. And I guess the only person who really knows is Robert Kraft, and I don't think he's going to speak on it anytime soon. And that is your trifecta for lunchtime. So today is 4/17, I believe.
Yes, you are correct.
Okay, well, 4/20 is a big day, and that's because everybody smokes the babanya.
It's Saturday, yeah, April 20th. Yes, some people celebrate it at 4:20 p.m. on the daily, but this is the one holiday which they do celebrate the whole entire day. Maybe some people even take the day off work. Lucky for you, it's on a Saturday this time around. But they wanted to let you know that there are a few events going on. They named the best ones in the country, but we'll stick to the ones that's here in Florida, and then I'll go to the ones in the country. But as Florida is an emerging market for legal cannabis, I guess we shall see. Right now, it's just medicinal. They are. So they're not necessarily saying, hey, these parties in Florida, we're all going to get blown out because you can't.
But you can.
Because it's medicinal. But they're still having some celebrations, all right? Because I know you can go to many other states that are recreational. But Florida Groves, the premier outdoor spring music festival. This is in Orlando. Features 23 live music acts to kick off the week leading up to 420, based on all kinds of music arts, they say, and freedom. The annual Florida Grove celebration invites diverse musicians and artists. They have that. They have the Cannabash. That's April 20th, 3 to 9. Jacksonville, Florida, Atlantic Boulevard. Cannabis and Bob Marley go hand in hand. So Jacksonville's Havana Jack's Cafe plans to celebrate North Florida's premier 420 bash with a trio of Marley tribute artists. 6-hour live outdoor music festival features reggae rhythms, positive vibes, swag giveaways, food, and a tip of the cap to the 420 Icons legacy is what they have there. Freaking 420 warehouse party.
Yeah, it's going to be friggin' awesome.
Freaking at the factory in St. Pete.
This is the one Greek and I are going to. I buy you fly.
Oh, my God.
I love it. They said this Tampa Bay area can liven up the night of 420 with Train Descendant one-of-a-kind celebration by the Divine Freak Collective. This enchanted forest theme party it requires attire that fits a scene. Think fairies, elves, trees, mythical creatures.
Mm-hmm. Flat tires. You said tire, right?
Flat tires.
That's what Greek and I are going as. Two flat tires.
So it starts very calm and then it gets crazy. So they said the warehouse party starts with a yoga session in the outdoor garden, then dives immediately into house techno and psytrance music. Yep, there you go. Cannabis industry vendors will be in booths around the venue, and local artists will be on site painting throughout the night.
Sounds very just like relaxing.
Yes. So relaxing.
Or not.
Where's it, St. Petersburg? Where the hell's that?
St. Pete. It's near Tampa.
Okay.
Tampa. They said, what happens when a family of neurologists team up to focus on weed? I'm just kidding. Well, holistic approach. Tampa-based group of doctors, it's led to a one-of-a-kind hemp shop selling everything from flower to mushroom-infused edibles, THC vape, CBD-infused coffee powder. This is the Wonderland and Canna Casino. So this is centrally located Bliss Wellness Market will transform its Tampa store into a Canna Casino, complete with Texas Hold'em, blackjack, and roulette gaming tables. It says there's no charge, only chances to win, swag giveaways, munchie samples, and other prizes.
Put it on red, man.
No, black, dude. I'm sorry.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Hit me.
And then if you want to venture to where some places that it is recreational, they say across the nation, Kush Stock 420 in California. Yeah. They said you can get free Kush Stock. Yep. You can get free tickets or opt to pay for the VIP treatment. They said in the past they've had headliners like Cottonmouth Kings, Too Short, and Bone Thugs and Harmony. The Cottonmouth Kings.
It's a good t-shirt.
They have in California a 420 Cultural Festival and Expo. They said in its inaugural year, they feature live music, 420 Nug Drop Countdown. I love it.
Oh, the puns are awesome.
So Georgia, not recreational or medicinal, but they're having a party at the brewery. Sweetwater has a beer. If you ever, it's a really cool brewery.
Okay.
Sweetwater 420.
Okay.
So they're having a Sweetwater 420 festival. They said with a couple bands, Big Gigantic Government Mule and Trombone Shorty. Go there.
I was wondering where he was at.
If you want to go to Massachusetts.
I haven't heard from him.
Since the last time he was playing.
He's going to be at Sweetwater in Georgia.
Well, there you
that's
go.
where he's going to be at. Massachusetts, where it is, recreational. Smoked out 420 Zest of Zahara. They say it's not just a gathering, it's a movement. And then Toasted Jam for fans of noodling. What?
Oh, wow.
Infinite jam sessions. I don't know. You go to Oklahoma, Chronic Palooza, VI, Resurrection, featuring Busy Bone. You know who he is, right? From Bone Thugs and Harmony. Slap fights.
Of course.
They're going to have slap fights, a car show, a dog show, music, food, trucks, and entertainment zone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that sounds like a great place if you're high.
Sure.
Slap fights, dog show, car show.
Yeah.
Something for everybody.
Where's the Dorito tent? That's all we need.
Let's see. Texas, 420 in the clouds. Third annual.
Hook 'em horns.
Music, art, food, yoga, meditation, live comedy. And then Washington.
Do they have a medicinal in Texas?
I believe, but I'm not 100. I mean,
Okay.
I believe. I don't know. You know what?
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Well, because they have the Amarillo 420 Fest, and that in Texas, and it's live bands, DJs, panel talks, and they said, of course, weed. So you would think, right? They have to be if they're having a festival.
Might be.
And then finally, this sounds terrible, but if you're in Washington, they have a 420 Stoner Run, a 5K for those who enjoy a little cardio with their high.
It's nice.
Yeah, isn't it? So there you go.
Now, 420.
Don't trip.
I remember last year talking about it. Didn't it originate from these kids in Oregon?
Oh, this question, the ultimate question. Where does 420 come from?
Wasn't that what you guys we talked about?
There's all kinds of different.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a bunch of kids in Oregon
It's
smoking
like
pot every day.
college kids, and they would go to a certain area. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's never been 100% confirmed.
Okay. But
I don't know, like
yeah.
where it originated.
When I was a kid, it was that was the number of the citation that you would get, or something like the law it had something.
Like
to do
we
with
got a
the number of the
420 going
law.
on. Like if somebody was
There
smoking
was
pot somewhere.
A couple different things along those lines, right? Where they would call it that, or be a police number for it, or a couple different things. A citation number, law number.
If you guys know out there, give us a call, 877-927-6969, or text us at Real Radio 47142, or email Jimmy also. Jimmy at realradio921.com. Yeah, I thought it was a bunch of, like you said, college kids.
Wikipedia says origins 1971, but different than what I've heard. It says 5 high school students in San Rafael, California, use the term 420 in a connection with a plan to search for an abandoned cannabis crop based on a treasure map made by the grower.
Yeah. See, I mean,
there's so many different ones.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different stories
Yeah.
behind it.
Do you guys know? Let us know. Or maybe you had your own interpretation of it, and maybe you want to bring that to the airwaves. We appreciate it. But it is a day that a lot of people do recognize.
Want to take a phone call?
Sure, I'm sorry.
We got our friend Kristen in Kansas. Maybe she knows where 420 comes from. Kristen, welcome to the Penthouse. How you doing today?
Oh, just living the life.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. You sound like you had the Pelicans last night. What happened?
Well, that's a lie.
All right.
That's a lie. But the only thing I can tell you about 420 is that's my mom's birthday. So, and she, to my knowledge, has never smoked cannabis in her life. She's going to be 80
God bless.
this year.
Happy
but
birthday.
I would give anything if we could get her to do it. But probably not.
Oh, that's funny.
But
edibles.
But anyway.
Oh, well, happy early birthday to your mama. That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, thank you. But this may be. I have missed your guys' show for the last few days, and I don't know if you've talked about it. But was just going to call in and give you a little 411 on. And I don't know if you guys have talked about it today or lately about the. I mean, it seems like Kansas only gets in the news for stupid stuff.
And college basketball.
Not the word I was going to. No. Well, come on. Okay, fine. You went there, so yes, the Chiefs. But, I mean, that's great. But this stupid, horrific story about the 2 women that went missing and are presumed dead, which they did last night, did confirm that the 2 women that went missing are the women that they found are the 2 women.
Mm-hmm. They found them in Oklahoma, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. Have you guys been talking about that?
No.
We have not.
But you can fill us in.
About it at all?
No, but you can.
Are you aware of it?
I am.
They
were part of like a group called like the God's Misfits, and they went missing. But they did find their bodies in Oklahoma, but they were Kansas women.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so what I was just going to say, because I thought you guys had been, because everything I turn on radio-wise, TV-wise, everybody has a kind of a little different story of where it started, where it ended, where they were from, what they were doing. Well, the town that they were from down in southwestern Kansas, we actually lived there for about a year before we moved up to the town where we're in now, which I've told you, which is about in the very middle of the United States in Kansas. But we lived in that town where these 2 women are from. And, they were going to pick up the one woman's 2 kids from the paternal grandmother who had custody of them, because her son, the father of these 2 kids, had been in rehab, and anyway, there was a custody battle over them and everything, and they had been missing for 2 weeks. The day before Easter is when they went down was supposed to meet the paternal grandmother who had custody of them and was going to get them for Easter weekend and a birthday party, and the other woman that was with her. Because one story you'll hear is they were friends. Well, they weren't friends. The other woman that was with her was, because these were supposed to be supervised visits. So she was actually an advocate from DCF, and she was a pastor's wife that would accompany her to these visits. And they headed down there from this little town down there in western Kansas to go down to Oklahoma, and it should have only been like a 30-minute drive to where they were going to meet him. Well, I had been on that road when we lived down there. I went down this highway a couple of different times down into Oklahoma to this a little town just because I like to go over there and shop. So I know exactly where this was at, where they were going. Well, anyway, obviously, long story short, we come to find out, they intercepted them. This was the whole thought out plan where the paternal grandmother who had custody of them, she got a friend and then another set of friends who intercepted them and murdered them. And then 2 weeks later, this all comes out to where, they had buried the bodies in a field, and my husband, being in agriculture field that he works in, knew, and before this came out, he told me a few days ago, because he works with a farmer down in that area, that had said one of the guy that rented farm ground down there had they went in and dug a hole on this farm ground that he rented, buried him, covered it up with hay, and just thought they would never, ever be found. Well, they were.
Mm-hmm.
And they were found. And then, of course, they had to send the bodies off or whatever to be confirmed that these were the actual bodies of the two women missing. And last night, yesterday evening, they came back, confirmed it was the two women that were missing.
Very sad.
It was a horrific, very sad, because not only, are two families absolutely devastated and turned upside down, but, both of them now have, because even the woman that was going as the supervised visit, she married and has children of her own. She was a totally innocent victim. This was going supervised visits. The mother of the children now, is gone. So the children, they have no mother, and their father, who had gotten out of jail and is going through rehab, their father, and now their grandmother is probably going to go to prison for the rest of her life. It's just a horrific situation.
Very sad.
Go ahead.
No, I said just very sad.
It is. It's just a horrific, and the fact that, we lived down there for about a year, and I just thought, oh my God, and the fact that I knew exactly where this happened at when it first came across the news. I'm like, when I talked to my husband about it, I'm like, remember when we used to drive down there? And we went right down that exact road when when they showed it on the news, where the vehicle that they were in was on that highway, and where she turned to go down and was supposed to meet the grandmother. You just almost like got goosebumps. I just like, oh my God, how could this, happen?
When it strikes so close to home, it always, obviously has such a bigger impact on you, even though we read about things like this that happen, unfortunately, all too often. But, boy, it is something else when you know the area, or you know the people, or
driving down that road where they found the car.
It's like, oh, my goodness, I remember going there over and over again.
I mean, the more that you look into it and read about it, those four people were going to get grandma and the other people that she had, the couple, and there was somebody else. I mean, it was just so messy. Finding the car, there was blood left on the road. The young mother, her butler glasses were still there. They found that there was burner phones. They saw that the guy or somebody had purchased tasers and some stuff to dig, like heavy duty digging. So I mean,
sad.
And well, it's sad, and I'm glad that they were that dumb because they were able to bust them, and they had a paper trail. They were able to bust them, and like you said, they probably are going to go to prison for the rest of their life, as they should.
As they should, right. Well, and another one that is, and this goes way back, but I don't know if you all remember the In Cold Blood movie, the book, In Cold Blood. Do you remember that?
I don't know.
No, vaguely.
Yeah.
Where the family was murdered in their home, the Clutter family. Do you remember that?
Doesn't ring a bell.
You'll have to pull it up, Franny, In Cold Blood. Well, that happened in a very small town, but there was a movie made about it and a book written about it. That happened 45 minutes from where I grew up in western Kansas, from where I grew up in a small town. And it was where this two men been in prison in Leavenworth, Kansas. And somebody in prison had told them that this Clutter family they were very wealthy and had all this money in the home, which wasn't true. But, I mean, they had a really nice farmstead in western Kansas, and but they didn't have all this money in the home. Well, so when the one got out of prison, he got a friend. And in the middle of the night, they went there to rob them. And that's all they wanted was to rob them. Well, they didn't have all the money in the home. You know, any money they had, of course, was in the bank. And so when the family couldn't give them any money, they murdered the entire family, which was the husband, the wife, a daughter, and a son. They had one daughter that was away at college. I believe she was at KU or K-State. And but they did make a movie and wrote a book about it. But that happened, like I said, only it was 40 miles from where I grew up as a child.
Well, you know, the good thing is that you're in good shape and you're with us and still listening every single day, because those are very bad stories and sad.
It is. Like I said, I guess the one thing we got good going for us is that good old Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah. Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. He was just in Time Magazine's 100 most influential people. He made the list.
Kristen, thank you so much for the phone call. It's always good hearing from you.
Yes, keep in touch. Better news next time.
You.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
Have a good day.
By the way, quick breaking news. Is it Jonte Porter? Is that how you say his name? Suspended from the NBA indefinitely. He has a lifetime ban from the NBA for violating the league's gambling rules. The NBA released a statement Wednesday announcing and explaining its ruling. And we can get into that later. But, yeah, breaking news. He is gone from the league.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it in the first trifecta. He bet from 2021 to 2023. Millions of dollars, had an account with FanDuel. And, they have a rule in all the leagues. You're betting, you're done. He's banned for life now. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back with some Florida stories and a lot more. Peace.
Got something to say? Text us at 47142. Start your message with Real Radio. Standard data and message rates apply, and don't text while driving.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe it.
Woo!
Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome. It's $1,000 in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Watch out for road work on your Wednesday drive. Construction Lakeview Avenue West after Flagler Drive. That's taking up a left lane. And we're slow State Road 7 North right after Belvedere, taking up a right lane there. 95 and the Turnpike both look good and up to speed. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by try the new limited edition Orange Dreamsicle Frosty at Wendy's. Try the new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty at Wendy's. It's like walking down recent memory lane. To have Orange Dreamsicle Frosty in our timeline is truly something special, and we shouldn't let the moment pass us by. And be quick, it's only available for a limited time.
Hey, South Florida, it's Franny. Do you want the most money for your used car? Do you want a hassle-free process? Do you want to work with America's best car buyer? Absolutely. That's GiveMeTheVin.com. Now is the time to sell your used car. GiveMeTheVin.com will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau for a reason. Get an instant cash offer and the most money for your used car right now at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
In Florida, hurricanes are a part of life. Our Category 5 storm catcher screens, shutters, and high-impact windows will help protect your home from hurricane winds, rain, and airborne debris. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. In office, West Palm Beach.
Does your garage door ever go down part way and then just stop, just to frustrate you? Or stop and go back, just when you thought it was finally going to close? That's the proximity detector, and it's designed to save your life, so don't get mad yet. That sophisticated piece of light sensor technology is like NASA-level rocket science in your very own house. And you don't have to live in a space station, but you do need to fix it if you want the thing to close. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our garage door experts know exactly how to get your technology working the way it should. We can recalibrate or replace faulty components so you can dock your spaceship every night after a busy day exploring the final frontier. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. I mean, it's not rocket science, but it is still science.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Some days, my active psoriatic arthritis makes it hard to get in the game. Now, the ball is in my court, thanks to treating my skin and joints with Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults.
Nothing is everything.
Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we go through the remainder of our Wednesday. Temperatures are in the low 80s out there today. That is normal for this time of year. A little breezy too. Winds out of the east around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Overall, it's a comfortable one. We're going to stay sunny for the rest of the week. Temperatures are increasing though. We are back to the upper 80s heading into the weekend.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
It's Car Care Month, and Summit Racing has what you need for bumper-to-bumper care. Revive the interior, exterior, underhood, and more. Shop SummitRacing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends May 5th, 2024.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword BANK at realradio921.com. That's BANK. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. I hope you guys are having a good day. We got some good news we're going to share with you in a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Really big news. But first, we're going to go around the horn and thank everybody who comes to work every day and does a great job, may I add. A great job. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Hello, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Francis.
Good afternoon, and great job to you, G-Man.
And because you are the most important person that I know, do you want to relieve the big news?
Oh, relieve it? I will
Relieve it.
relieve the big news.
I need to relieve myself.
I will.
Is it big news?
I know. I'm going to relieve it. Actually, I heard it first from Jason over there. I do mornings on the Gator, and then I opened up my email, and then I saw this, and I was like, "What already? This is incredible." G-Man has been saying we want to say your name, and by that we want to say your name because you won $1,000, and we got a winner at the 11 o'clock hour right here on Real Radio. Is that not so exciting?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank God.
Yes.
Managed to get off our backs. Jesus.
Jesus.
So sorry I brought it up.
So I love it, and congratulations to Sherry of Port St. Lucie. Listen, dreams do come true. Yes, dreams do come true here on Real Radio.
Yes, Sherry, congratulations.
Congrats.
Oh, my God,
That's
you deserve
awesome.
it. Great job. Thank God. No more emails.
All right. I mean, we want to say more, but at least our asses are covered now.
Yeah, thank God. God, they're breaking my stones every morning.
I know. God, the life.
Oh, my God. What's her name,
so
Sherry?
terrible.
Yes.
Sherry, congratulations. If you want to call us, we'll
Get
accept
it,
your call.
Sherry.
Yeah, great job. Spend it on yourself. Screw the world.
Why you sound so angry?
I'm very happy for her.
Okay, good.
Screw the world. Spend it on yourself.
That's it. Screw the world.
And have a good time. You deserve it.
Yes.
Thank you. I don't know you, but it sounds like you deserve it. Great job.
She deserves it because she listens to Real Radio.
Of course, yeah.
No, congrats, Sherry. Still can't snap that good.
And don't feel like you got to give us anything, okay?
You
Because
don't.
you want.
You don't. Don't listen to him.
Great job. Thank God somebody won. I'm so happy. All right, let's do some Florida stories.
Okay.
Florida.
Yeah.
Florida. Florida.
Did you say
Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Jimmy, I'm just going to give you a heads up. Can you get Misspeak 121 ready, too? Because I have a text that I will read after the fact.
Okay.
And they requested that one. So let's get into some Florida stories. We have a guy and his trip overseas cost him $143,000. And no, that wasn't for the trip. That's what he got home to. He was like, what the heck is going on? Some dude said that he's been a customer with T-Mobile for 30 years. They've been his carrier, and he's loved them. Have never had any issues. Goes on trips all the time. Him and his wife, and his name is Renee Redmond. And they went to Switzerland. Seems like a long time they went. They went for about a month. They went in September. Maybe longer.
Sounds like they got a lot of money, too. Going away for a month.
Oh,
my God.
Went away for a month?
I mean, it was a long time. It was a long time.
That's a long time. Your
It
average
was.
vacation is 3 days and 4 hours.
It was a while. But they had a great time. They checked out the countryside. Maybe the mountains. Maybe they went to Swiss Alps. It looks like they had a beautiful time. But normally they notify their carrier before they leave the U.S., and they said they've never had any issues, and they are frequent travelers.
What were the mosquitoes like?
No. Sweden, I know they suck. Switzerland, not so much. I'm not sure.
I thought it's the same.
No.
Okay.
Switzerland, Sweden, two different places. Damn it! In this case, Renee went this time, and he visited the store, the T-Mobile store, and he shared his travel plans. And he said that they were like, hey, we got you covered. He was like, whatever they meant, they said, you're covered. We got you.
Yeah, don't worry
we'll figure it out to worry about. So he didn't worry about it. They took this magical trip, as he says. Never gave a second about sending pictures and messages throughout the day while they were away. And then when they returned home, he received a bill. And at first he glanced, he was like, 143, that's not bad. And then he looked a little closer and he was like, hold on a second.
143.
Yeah. The actual amount was $143,000.
Hey, you want to be a big shot? Go away for a month?
For using
See what happens? How much was that trip, by the way?
For using, I don't know. Probably less than $143,000.
Was she hot?
He went in with his wife. His wife was probably hot.
Did they take a Bentley?
Maybe.
Were they from Boca?
I got to get the important information here.
It was for using 9.5 gigabytes of data while overseas. He immediately called him, and he said he waited on hold for a while, of course, and then they reviewed the charges, and the representative gets back, and she's like, no, this bill is good. He's like, what do you mean it's a good bill? She's like, well, this is what you owe. And he was like, you gotta be kidding me. So he hired an attorney. Attorney wrote a letter to the president of T-Mobile, no response. And that's when the attorney decided to call their local news. And they did. And the local news contacted the corporate office. And then days later, someone from the carrier offered them to credit his account for the entire amount.
That's nice.
Yes.
They should have did in the beginning. Again, we don't know the whole details.
Don't know. We're just reading what we got from this, from the ones who actually called ABC over there, this affiliate station.
He's lucky
in Florida
that they wiped out that whole bill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe they would have said like, oh, maybe, you owe us $5,000 or something like that. But wipe out the whole bill, thank God.
I'm curious what caused that number to get to that.
They said the gigabytes at
just,
9.5.
Just roaming, just constant roaming, I guess, during that whole month.
Yeah. And then we have a villager who was caught in a bathroom at a RV resort. And they weren't staying at this RV little campground area. Sumter County sheriffs were investigating a trespassing complaint at the Three Flags RV Resort when they found 38-year-old Heather Nicole Hirsch. And she was in the club shower over there in the women's area. And not only did they spot her, they spotted a syringe next to her. So it looked like she was doing some shooting up in the shower area.
It's not mine.
Uh-huh. So they ended up catching up to her. They found her sleeping in a truck. And she claimed, now, I don't know how this works. I understand if you're diabetic, you do have to take insulin, right? Like I know they have shots.
Well, depends.
But
yeah.
this is very interesting because when they asked her about the syringe, she claimed she used a syringe to inject mocha, caffeine, and amphetamines for her diabetes. Now that sounds like
New
a
to
very,
me.
I don't know if your doctor ever goes mocha, caffeine.
New to me.
It's like she gave herself a Starbucks mocha frappuccino.
Yeah.
Mocha, caffeine, and amphetamines. And she said it's for her diabetes. And they're like, So
Next time, try a caffeine enema.
Yeah.
Coffee enema.
A test of the residue in the syringe showed it was, in fact, meth.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Well, look at that.
Yeah.
Go figure.
She was booked into the Sumter County Detention Center. And then finally here in your What the Florida, another woman in the Villages, 81. And this 81 is, she's feisty.
It's like she's ready to go.
So she called.
She's not playing pickleball.
No.
True.
But you'll hear her name is kind of ironic. Lenore Smiley is not very smiley, not even in her mugshot either. Lenore Smiley was charged with battery on a person 65 or older. So she called a man that they ended up finding out maybe they had some kind of close relationship.
They were banging?
Maybe.
Is that what you're
79.
saying?
79. So she comes, she asks, he was like, I'll help you with the computer. But I guess she was mad because she blamed him originally for ruining her computer. So he comes in, they get in a fight, and she's just like, you ruined it initially. And she just got all mad, and she goes crazy. She's scratching him. She's digging her fingernails into his skin. They said that he ran, tried to leave through the garage door, but he didn't have enough strength to open it. Then he tried to call law enforcement, but he dropped his cell phone and wasn't able to pick it back up. So she's blocking him from exiting the house, they said in the laundry room area. And then she also hit him in the back of the head, causing his glasses to fall off. So then he can't see anything. And he saw an opening finally in the doorway, and he left as fast as he could and drove back to his house. That's where he called 911. Deputies were able to show up to Smiley's home. They found the man's home, or his phone, and his glasses on the floor, like he said they were. And then when they met with the guy and questioned him, he did have scratches and marks all over his body consistent with his statement. So they said, yes, she was the primary aggressor and was placed under arrest. And that is your What the Florida.
Wow. Some great stories today, Franny.
Yeah, awesome stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make you want to move down
Always.
here.
We do live here.
I said, make you want to move down here. Make you want to move down here. I didn't say us.
All right.
And we had a winner on Real Radio. So happy. $1,000. Stacy from Port St. Lucie.
Nope.
What's her name?
Sherry.
Whatever. Sherry from Port St. Lucie. If you want to call in, if you have the opportunity, I'm sure you do because you had the opportunity to call in for that. Call us and say hi. I'd love to hear from you. And congratulations. We are so happy, and I mean that 104% on that. Jimmy, a big word that's used, I would say more so in the last 5 years, is the word burnout at jobs.
Well, a new poll asked bosses what they think their employees and how they're doing. And here's a surprise. Bosses think
employees are doing great.
Of course they do.
89% of managers said they think their workers are thriving right now, but only 24% of those employees agree. Again, big shock. 76% said that they're burnt out or just don't care about their job. In other words, 9 in 10 bosses think everyone's loving it. The poll found the top 3 things currently causing burnout were constant changes, too much busy work, and high turnover. And they kind of go hand in hand because the turnover is what's causing a lot of the extra work, according to the numbers that I saw. The top things bosses can do to help is care about you in a real way. Among the 24% of workers who said that they were thriving, the top reason they gave was, my manager is invested in my success. And here's one thing that your boss can probably do a line on, employees and bosses. 63% of managers that said they're currently burnt out too. So it's not only a manager, it's an employee, it's managers as well. Some numbers that I thought was interesting, but of course, most managers would think that, my employees are doing great. Not surprised.
No, not at all. I mean, you have to ask the person, first of all, how they're doing and really care. You don't have to dip into their personal life, but just say, hey, how are you doing here? Can I help you? Can I make your job easier? What can I do to assist you? How do you feel? And a lot of times they don't like to ask because they feel they're going to get negative feedback. So they don't want to even ask. They just keep moving along. And if they see you every day and they assume you're okay, which is a shame, but most likely at the end of the day, they're just worried about themselves and what's getting done at the job. 877-927-6969. I think if you said also I'm burnt out for years, maybe not as much now, but it was looked upon as weak. Like, hey, I'm really burnt out. I remember years ago, what the hell was the coach's name from the Eagles? Oh, damn it. I can't think of his name. And he said he was burnt out. And that was like the first time people heard what that word was, McNeil, burnt out. And then he ended up coaching the Rams to a Super Bowl. But, it's not a word that I think in our society people looked at or thought of as like, wow, what is it? Just like mental health is more serious today. And 10 years ago, it wasn't even talked about. So if you feel burnt out at your job, and I think a lot of people don't want to say that to their boss because they might feel it might hurt them or their boss might get mad. I'm sure you can call your HR department and say you feel you're experiencing burnout, and maybe they can help you in some capacity. But always good to communicate with your boss, but I don't know if people are going to do it. I don't know if they would feel comfortable saying that to their boss, hey, I feel burnt out or I feel overwhelmed. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you want to get involved. Also, text us at Real Radio 47142. And we did have a winner, in case you missed it, $1,000. So we're very happy about that. That's going to continue on. It's not one and done. It continues on. And we had a winner, and we are very, very happy about it that somebody put $1,000 in their pocket.
Brittany, you said you had a Greek misspeak request?
Oh, sure, yes. At 47142, that is our text line. We have our dude Brett from Melbourne listening on the iHeartRadio app. Says, hello, Franny, Greek, and Jimothy. Happy WWGD Day. This weekend is Earth Day birthday in Orlando. It's one of your sister stations that host it, and it will definitely have some 420 celebrations going on while the bands are playing. Supposed to be 94 degrees over there all day outside festival. Woo-wee, that sounds hot.
Yeah, it's going to be warm.
Can you please play Greek Misspeak number 121 for that is the number of days it is from January 1st till April 20th this year. Money is on the dresser.
All right, here you go. Greek Misspeak 121.
This is your Greek Misspeak.
I think I read something different than I looked.
I don't know how to answer that, really.
After you get used to losing, you lose. There's no doubt about it.
I was not expecting that.
Jimmy Butler, Dragic, they got a great team. Robinson, Hero, just a great team, playing well above their head.
He's not the smartest guy, but he tries harder than anyone I've ever met. I've met Ed Burns.
She's a founder of the Swan School of Protocol, by the way.
Protocol hike.
4, 8, 5, Googleplex, hi!
And tonight is the Puro de Quara.
I bet you say that to all the girls.
I said, so if you want to listen, if I remember, I will remember it.
I want you to really remember the pill, all right?
It was funny because we took one of those rickshaws.
What's wrong with you?
We got some good Greekisms from Saturday. I cannot wait till this week's edition. I got to tell you, I am rubbing my hands like coal.
That's weird.
Nice.
Like coal.
Like coal.
Yeah, want to take a phone call?
Sure.
I got a buddy Mike from Green Acres checking in with the Penthouse. Hey, Mike, what's going on, pal?
Hey, Penthouse. Happy Hump Day.
Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day.
How you doing, Mike?
Good. How was did you indulge in any of that beer that I got you?
I have not yet. It's being saved for a special occasion that I call Saturday.
Okay, perfect.
I'm going to drink it on a day with a Y.
I know. And thank you, Mike. You're so sweet. You really are so generous. Thank you so much for the gift card.
Not a problem. I was hoping you got it because I gave
Yes.
you the Greek. I figured, okay, he did. Give
I got
to
it.
you.
Yes,
That was
Jimmy
good.
actually handed it to me yesterday, so thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Oh, good. No problem. But, with that beer, Jimmy, so I bring it down the stairs. I got like 14 stairs to bring it down. It's kind of heavy, for a 15-pack. So when you said you couldn't take it, then I had to bring it back up the stairs and then bring it back down the stairs. And I'm like, thank God he was in because I wasn't going to bring it back. If I had to bring it home again, it was going to stay home. I would have gave it to somebody.
You can always just leave it here.
Well, that was the thing. He brought it to tastings, and I had no place to put it because we stayed down for the night. So if I was going home, it'd be a different thing. I could have taken it with me. But that was very nice. Thanks for kind of doing that for me because I was kind of in a tough spot there, Mike. I appreciate your help.
No, I understand. No, it's something, like I say, if you knew my situation, it's something I like to do because I don't get out to, many of the events with Jimmy's never out that much. And, maybe one day they'll invite you out instead of having Charisse or Dom, it'd be nice.
It would be nice.
Yeah, one of these days, right? But no, it's good to see even Greek. I got a lot of showing the pictures with Greek and Jimmy. And,
well, thanks.
It was even nice to see you, Jimmy.
Well, thanks a lot, Mike. I really appreciate it. Thank God I got a pedicure appointment this afternoon at 4:48.
I did give 2 other cars besides you and Franny. I gave to Andrew and I gave to Jason. So
wow, you're
so kind.
Yeah, you're too kind, and 2 guys that I really admire and look up to, Andrew and Jason. They're, I'm sure, so appreciative of it, much like us. And thank you. You're just a good guy all around. You really are. There should be more people in the world like you and me, buddy.
There should really be, but the 5th card I kept myself. I said, and I'm going to go over there now and get
good.
It right.
Just so you know, I found this out the hard way. I was craving from some Chick-fil-A. The one on North Lake is under construction until July.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
I know.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the one that's right down the street from me.
Oh.
I know.
Oh, figures.
Yep, they're going to be under construction until July. They're making it bigger and better.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Well, I guess I won't go to that one.
So the closest one is Palm Beach Lakes, I guess.
All right, but a Hooters.
Yes.
Is Hooters still open?
Yeah, for you.
All right.
Oh.
All right, well, now you know. You can't go over there, Mike.
No, I go to the one in Lantana at Lantana and Jog.
All right.
It's a drive up, and, they know me now over there, so.
Again, thank you for being so generous and listen to Real Radio. You're too kind, and you don't have to do anything. It's very nice of you.
Okay, it'll be done for a while.
Hey, Mike, we got a phone call for you. Evan has a question for you. Evan, you're on with Mike.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Good.
Listen, let me ask you a question. Did Jimmy show you what was underneath his kilt the other day?
No, I forgot to ask him, and then I asked Mo, and he forgot to ask him also. No, I never got to see it. Yeah, probably would have been. Leave it at that.
So
did you see?
So it's still a mystery then. It's still a mystery then.
I don't know. Whatever he was wearing under there, if he was wearing nothing, he was comfortable, I guess.
So Jimmy,
I don't know.
What's the answer? Yes or no?
Going through a tunnel, Mike. Evan.
I know it.
Evan, is there really a question that you desire to know?
If you wear underwear, it's a dress.
Is it really? I didn't know that.
That's what they say.
Isn't it illegal in Scotland to wear underwear?
You wear underwear underneath the kilt.
Yes.
It is called a dress.
It's a no-no.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, You know, this
All
is
right,
the
thanks
first
a lot.
time anybody ever jumped in and talked to me on the phone.
Well, that's good.
There you go. First time for everything.
Yep.
Well, now you know why we don't patch calls in.
Doesn't work out very well.
No, it doesn't. Because they can't hear each other and they talk over each other.
What? What did he say? What did Jimmy have
What'd he
on?
say? Yeah.
Chick-fil-A hike? We gave $1,000 away? Oh, my God.
Thanks for the phone call, Mike. Appreciate it, bud.
Evan, you're a star.
Yeah, I'll win one of these days. Okay, take it easy, guys.
Bye.
So, boy, that'd be nice to read off
Right?
Mike from Green Acres' name for $1,000. But we did get a winner up in the Pizzle. Sherry was a $1,000 winner from today at 11 o'clock, from what I understand. So, yep, she texted in money at 11 o'clock, and you can still text in bank, BANK, for about another half hour, and you'll be in the running for $1,000, and maybe we'll be reading your name like we did Sherry from Port St. Lucie, who won $1,000 for our grand in your hand giveaway.
Great news. Best news I heard all day today. After waking up, that was the best news I had. All right, guys, it is time. We'll be back for a trifecta and some WWGD and my favorite recipe. We'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
What is the capital of Puerto Rico? Sealand.
Puerto Rico. San Jose?
That is incorrect, Sean.
San Juan.
San Juan is correct.
Mix my Juan and my Jose.
You never do that. Never do that.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Watch out for road work on your Wednesday drive. Construction, Lakeview Avenue West after Flagler Drive. That's taking up a left lane. And we're slow State Road 7 North, right after Belvedere, taking up a right lane there. 95 and the Turnpike both look good and up to speed. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
What could you do in 15 minutes? How about a premium oil change? At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, our certified technicians will guide you in, use only premium products, and get you back out on the road in no time. Quick, easy, trusted. That's Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Hey, it's Greek, and this Friday we'll be at Barrett-Jackson at the fairgrounds for a great event. All makes, all models, classic, new cars, all kinds of cars you can think of. It's this Friday at the fairgrounds. The Penthouse will be live, sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach. Stop by this Friday and see the Penthouse live, sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach, where the beautiful ladies are there 7 days a week until 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. It's Barrett-Jackson, it's the Penthouse, and Monroe's. Wow, I don't want to miss that. Peace.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, you!
Yeah?
Did you know that MMJ Health has a patient qualification test to see if you qualify for a medical marijuana card?
Really?
Yeah, just go to mmjhealth.com. You could meet with a Florida medical marijuana doctor today.
Gnarly.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Business. It's all the things that keep this world turning. And behind every one of these companies is a partner helping to keep it all moving. It's why the local flower shop and your favorite pizza joint, the startup and the stadium, hospitals and hotels, banks and restaurants nationwide all choose the advanced network, cybersecurity solutions, and round-the-clock trusted partnership from Comcast Business, the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
See why Comcast Business powers more small businesses than anyone else. Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $49 a month for 12 months with a 2-year contract when you add one unlimited mobile line. Plus, ask how to get up to an $800 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call to switch today. Ends 5/6/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 100 megabits per second internet and security edge. EcoBill and autopay required. The Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Don't miss the Brews and Buds 420 event at Hop Life Brewing in Port St. Lucie this Saturday. Kevin McLaughlin Band starts at 3:30 and Fresh Catch at 8. Plus, shop at the pop-up market starting at 5. Drink and food specials throughout the day. Visit hoplife.com for all the 420 info.
Does your garage door ever go down part way and then just stop, just to frustrate you? Or stop and go back, just when you thought it was finally going to close? That's the proximity detector, and it's designed to save your life, so don't get mad yet. That sophisticated piece of light sensor technology is like NASA-level rocket science in your very own house. And you don't have to live in a space station, but you do need to fix it if you want the thing to close. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our garage door experts know exactly how to get your technology working the way it should. We can recalibrate or replace faulty components so you can dock your spaceship every night after a busy day exploring the final frontier. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. I mean, it's not rocket science, but it is still science.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
News Junkie is sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This is boot camp. This is the real thing now. You've never done anything so hard in your life. You don't understand how you can finish. It takes inner strength and desire to become a Marine. When I finished, I was like, I did it. The moment I will never forget is when this drill instructor that I admire so much comes up to me and said, "Good morning, Marine."
PFC Summer Volkman became a Marine. Can you? Visit Marines.com or call 1-800-MARINES.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Real Radio weather.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we go through the remainder of our Wednesday. Temperatures are in the low 80s out there today. That is normal for this time of year. A little breezy too. Winds out of the east around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Overall, it's a comfortable one. We're going to stay sunny for the rest of the week. Temperatures are increasing though. We are back in the upper 80s heading into the weekend.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the Tudor Dixon Podcast, Senator Steve Daines joins the show to discuss the ongoing saga at the border and talks how important it is for Republicans to win the Senate. You won't believe the stats he gives us. It's the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi guys, Nancy Grace here, host of podcast Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. It's so easy to think it will never happen to me or my family, but that is simply not true. We speak to victims' families. Every day is a mission to keep one more person safe. Listen to Crime Stories with Nancy Grace on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Crime Stories with Nancy Grace.
Greeks Trifecta is sponsored by the physicians at MMJ Health.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Wednesday. We'll get into some WWGD in a few minutes. But again, congratulations to our winner of $1,000. So happy about it. Just had a great joke by our market manager, Mark. I won't say it on the air.
Oh, dang it. I want to hear it.
He said he might call in.
Okay.
He said he might call in with it.
All right.
So, Jimmy, good afternoon, sir.
Hello, and good afternoon.
And good afternoon to you, Francis.
Good afternoon.
And let's do a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, this news is breaking now, but it was being investigated last week or two. Porter, who played for the Toronto Raptors, is banned for life from the NBA. He had an account, I believe, with FanDuel from 2021 to 2023, bet millions of dollars, and he is gone from the NBA. All sports leagues have a strict rule. If they catch you gambling in any capacity, you're going to be suspended or banned. He was banned because he was betting so long and millions of dollars. This came out a couple of weeks ago. It was noticed that a couple of games he came out of the game, and under-overs were bet huge amounts on him, on unders. Then they started recognizing it, and they looked into it, and then they found all this out. And usually what happens with all this stuff is that, believe it or not, a lot of people have a hard time. The casinos, the betting apps, the experts look into this because they want to keep the game legit, and they want to have the integrity of the game, because if they lose that, they do feel it will hurt the game. Me personally, I don't think it'll affect the game one bit. It's happened before. It'll happen again. People don't care. They'll still bet. They just look at it as a toll. It's like a tax. There's some guys who are maneuvering, just like there was a ref a couple years ago in the NBA, and that went away. But the NBA was swift, and they penalized him. He is banned for life. Hats off to the Florida Panthers. Great game last night, trailing 2-0. And when you're losing, what do you got to do? You got to come back. Panthers scored 5 goals unanswered, beat Toronto. And at the same time, the Bruins were losing, so the Panthers are the champs of their division. Great job, Panthers. I do believe the Rangers, Jimmy, have the best record in hockey, and they got the President's Cup. I do believe that. I read
no
that.
kidding.
Yeah, I read that this morning. So hats off to the Panthers. And obviously the Rangers. I know we have a lot of New Yorkers down here. And the Marlins did win. Good pitching and good hitting. Timely hitting. That's what you need to win in baseball. And the Marlins ended up winning 6-3. And Caitlin Clark, her first game is May 14th, and tickets are very inexpensive so far. You can get tickets to watch her play for $12. She is on the Indiana Fever, the worst team in the WNBA, but we'll see what happens now that she is with them. And also, a story broke out today that Robert Kraft called the owner of the Atlanta Falcons and told him, don't hire Belichick. He cannot be trusted. Whether or not this is true, I don't know, but I'm sure he's going to be now's the time where he doesn't have to worry about people talking to him, Robert Kraft. But maybe football season, somebody asks him. We'll see what happened on this situation. But this is a report that Robert Kraft called the owner of Atlanta Falcons and said Belichick cannot be trusted. I find that a little odd. They must have really left on bad terms because they were together for 20 years and had so much success. But anything is possible. And it did seem odd that Belichick had 2 interviews and they didn't hire him. That also seemed a little odd to a lot of people. And that is your last trifecta of a day. Peace.
Thank you very much. And since that is the final trifecta here on a Wednesday, that means it is that time that we get into your emails. You can email us, jimmy@realradio921.com. And what you're emailing, you are seeking advice from Greek, love, life, relationships, gambling, business, whatever it is you think Greek can handle this. This is WWGD. What would Greek do?
Get ready for WWGD. What would Greek do?
Get out the trombone.
Can you believe people ask this guy for advice?
Remember, cook your butter.
I mean, really?
6 foot.
Yeah, I would say some players in that perimeter.
Seriously?
What is a Buckeye?
A Buckeye is a Buckeye.
It's WWGD.
All right. Patrick has his life in your hands, G-Man. And he's emailing. He said he's dating his girlfriend. It's been a while, a couple of years now. And about a week ago, he was in a fishing tournament. And he did pretty dang good. In fact, he won a pretty big cash prize. He hasn't told her yet because he's been she's been pressuring him to get engaged. And I think if she hears that I won the money, she'll be like, wait, why can't we get engaged now?
Oh.
You got the money to buy me a ring. Let's do this. He says, I feel guilty for not telling her that I won the money, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to get engaged or if I really want to get engaged. And I think that this is going to be an issue for us if she does find out that I won all this money and I haven't. It sounds like he doesn't want to tell her. G-Man, he wants to know, what would you do? What would you tell her?
Well, I think a situation like this, we don't know the amount of money. I think eventually she's going to find out. He should tell her. And when you have good news in your life, you should want to share it with the person you love. That's supposed to be your biggest fan. You should be like, hey, this is great. The engagement part, I mean, he's probably right. She probably would say, hey, well, now we can get engaged. But if he's not ready to get engaged and he's not sure if he loves her, I understand that too. But I would tell her.
He didn't say he doesn't understand. He's not sure if he loves her. He's just not sure if he wants to get engaged.
Well, I guess, right? Whatever. I just think if he really loved her, he would want to get engaged. Because you want to make the person you love happy. I think you should tell her. Because she might find out, and then it's going to really be a problem. She's going to say, why didn't you tell me? And then he's going to have two issues. He's going to have, well, I didn't want to tell you because I thought you were going to bust my horns. And that's not good. And then she's keeping something from her. And I don't know. She might not even be the girl for him, to be honest with you. Because like I said, when you get news, you want to share it with the person you love. But I think he should tell her. That's my solution to it. Jimmy?
Yeah, I would tell her about the prize winner. And as far as the amount, I don't know, maybe you can work out something else. But I wouldn't get engaged if you don't want to. I mean, I think that wouldn't be very prudent. But because that's what you're saying you don't want to get engaged. So I'm just going by your words, which is that. So otherwise, yeah, I would tell her about the prize though. You know, eventually, the big thing Greek said is eventually she's going to find out, more than likely.
Yeah,
and then that's going to create a problem.
Yeah, if more people, I'm sure more people know than just him.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, she looks like a liar.
Yeah.
Maybe he won the money, and we don't know how much it is.
Bill comes over one weekend. Hey, what'd you ever do with that prize money you won from the fishing tournament? And it can be as simple as that. And then, she's there and she'll hear it and be like, whoa, what prize money? How come you didn't tell me? And
it's none of your business. Just kidding.
Okay.
Wow.
We don't share bank accounts. We don't live in the same house. I don't know. They're just it says dating. So.
Well, maybe he wants to get some strange and we don't know how much money it is too. Could have been a lot.
Yeah, go bang a hooker.
Some of those tournaments, you get a lot of money.
Yeah.
But point being, if you're not ready to get engaged, don't get engaged. I 100% agree with that. And it sounds like she's been pressuring you. And she probably will be like, all right, well, now you got the money to do so. Let's do it. Either way, she's going to be upset.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if that's been your issue why we can't get engaged
is money,
and then you win, of course he's going to look like a liar.
We don't know this yet,
but we could assume.
But yes,
because he's saying he doesn't want to tell her for a reason, and then I'm assuming that it's a nice amount of money. I don't think he won $1,000.
He's saying the reason he doesn't want to because he believes that's going to be her first thing is like, all right, well, now you can buy me a ring.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because he probably said for years or whatever, I get engaged, but I don't have the money.
Yeah,
and I don't want to get a ring that's not worthy of you.
Man, this is tough. Because she's going to be upset if you tell her and she'd be like, all right, well, then now you have time. And your excuse was you don't have money, but now you're saying now you're not sure if you're not ready to get engaged.
Yeah, how do you address it at that point?
Yeah. So if you are honest, honesty is the best policy, right? I mean, that's what we're saying. But be ready. She may not be your girlfriend for that much longer.
Because if he says to her, and if she says, why don't you tell me? And he tells her, like say he craps out and rubs the genie lamp and says, I didn't want to tell you because I knew you were going to bust my horns. She's going to be like, see you later.
Well, yeah. I mean, even if he does tell her now, she's like, well, it's been over a week. How come I'm just finding out?
He can think of a lie to tell her
There's going to be a couple spats that may happen, and there may be a possibility if you say, I'm just not ready to get engaged, that she may be out. And you may be okay with that because you're not ready to get engaged to her.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, that one's tough.
What Jimmy said, I think happens. Like somebody comes over accidentally, or you bump into somebody. Like, hey, I saw you on that tournament.
Yes.
Well, I would think that it's something that can happen. It's fairly plausible.
Yeah.
So eventually she's going to find out. So and you just have to address it with her that I'm just not ready to get married. That's and that should be good enough. But I understand where some people wouldn't accept that.
Well, because again, if he was telling her all along, it's not that I don't love you, want to get married. I don't have the money.
But and this is something that we're making our own. We don't know if that's the case here.
But you can tell by the email. He's saying he don't want to tell her because then she's just like, let's get engaged. So maybe you could say, you know what, I owe a drug cartel a lot of money and I got to pay them.
There you go.
So lie.
Perfect.
It's the Greek way.
Just keep it moving. Kick it down the corner.
Yeah.
And then eventually you tell
But in the beginning, you were telling him to be honest. And now you're telling him to lie.
Of course, Franny.
Huh.
Of course.
All right. Good luck, Patrick. Dissect that how you will. Next up is Robert. We don't say it was always the
Good
best.
luck, Patrick.
Next up is Robert. Robert's going out to dinner Saturday night with his girlfriend, her best friend, and her best friend's husband. A little double date. He said they're pretty cool people. The only issue is that they are drinkers, and we go out. The bill is so high, and we always split the bill. And I don't think it's fair because me and my girlfriend are not drinkers. So would it look bad if I say to him before we go to dinner on Saturday, like, hey, can we have separate checks on Saturday? WWGD, what would Greek do?
Well, first of all, they should be doing separate checks. If he has any class, you don't do that to somebody. I've been in that situation. And sometimes I ate it, and sometimes if I was in a bad mood, I was like, hey, Slick, I don't know where you went to school, but I'm not paying that. It's not right, especially if you don't drink and the other people drink. I don't think there's anything wrong with him telling them. It's better than at the restaurant. And just
see, to me, it's I don't find it a problem because it happens to us too. And sometimes if my husband and we don't have as much money as a lot of our friends. It's just a fact. And so we know if it's going to be that kind of night, we have no issue telling the server, like, hey, we're on separate checks. I don't think it looks bad.
I don't either.
No, but you said it's better to do it before than at the restaurant. I'm saying we do it at the restaurant.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can
like,
do it
hey,
either way.
yeah.
Whatever you're comfortable with. But if you want to call him, and because he's saying in the past they went out, he might be like, why we separating? Or do you feel bad in the past or something like that? But I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. And I always think if you go out to dinner, it's the right thing to do. If you're ordering X and you can't say, okay, it's 50-50. It's just not right.
I agree.
Jimmy?
I don't. For me, it would always be like, hey, what do I owe you? You know, what was our portion of it? You know, and that's the way I would address it. And I wouldn't even think anything of doing that.
Yes, I don't think there's anything wrong.
Whether you're a drinker or the non-drinker, either which way. Like if I'm if we order drinks and I want to pay what we ordered, you know, and I don't. I guess that's like a taboo thing. I don't know. It
There's
seems
been
weird
times
to me.
where we both drink, right? And I know maybe somebody may have drank more. At that point, I'm not going to go through the check and figure out and itemize what I had and what I didn't. But I think, there is a difference between, because drinks do add up. If you don't drink at all.
But my point is, I don't see why it's a big deal to say that. That I want to pay our fair share, whether it was, more or
what
less.
we ordered.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. Just addressing it in that manner. I wouldn't think that would be a big deal.
I guess his issue is because in the past it was always half and half. So I think he feels weird about going, hey, now.
They've done it that way in the past, where they
just
split it in the middle.
Yeah, but it's got to be what you said is the right way.
Precedence has been set.
Yeah, what do we owe? Because a lot of times when you go to dinner with people and you can say, what's the check? And they'll go, it's $200 plus a tip. Give me $150 each. And you get $150. Like you say, you go with it. But if you say it the other way, like, hey, what's our portion? It's better. Because you're saying, what about us? Not let's split the check. Because I don't want to split the check. You drank and I didn't drink. It's only right.
I agree. And if they're friends, he should be okay with that.
Yeah, and I only look at it not only from that, but also the food. Maybe I ordered a filet and they ordered something a lot cheaper. I mean, I would want to pay what we consumed, right? That's all.
And that should be the right way to do it. But I know, I mean, you places where people just start tossing their credit cards in, and then you just kind of feel like, all right, well, I guess. Instead, because you feel weird looking at it and be like, well, I got this and I got this, but that should be the right way to do it.
Yeah, and you shouldn't feel bad. And I think the other people should be the ones who really initiate it. Like, say the bill's $200.
They should, because they're the ones who order. And that's what it sounds like, is that their amount is so much more than theirs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of getting that impression too. But
yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe that's it. You address it ahead of time.
Talk to your buddy.
Yeah.
You can talk to them. Say, bro, excited about going out Saturday night, but I don't want to get screwed like I've had in the past. So we're going to split the bill, right?
There you go.
Hey, see you Saturday. Don't
Nothing
be late.
wrong with asking for separate checks.
Oh, no.
Nothing wrong with it.
No.
And then finally, we have Todd here, and Todd's going to Vegas for the first time next week with his girl, and they are both really excited about it. He said, are there any places that you recommend or things you would say to do? How much money do you think we should bring to gamble? He likes gambling. He goes to the Hard Rock here, and he is not a huge bettor, though. But he also wants to let you know that they are staying at the Caesars Casino. So any advice you have?
Caesars is beautiful. Great property. They've done so many renovations over the last couple of years. It's gorgeous. I don't even know if you need to leave there, but there are so many shows at all the casinos. If you like, heights, maybe go to the, what the hell's the name of that place with an S? Stratosphere. I think that's what it is. And you can go up there and see the whole place. You can see Vegas, which is beautiful. You can go to traditional spots. You can go to your hotel. They always have helicopter rides around the Hoover Dam and stuff like that. Bellagio, the fountains, I would go there and check that out. But there's so many great restaurants. And like I said, Caesars is a property. I don't even think you need to leave. And Fremont Street's cool. If you want to go down to Fremont
Get
Street.
the zip lining down Fremont Street.
Yeah, that's
go have a cocktail at the Chandelier Bar at the Cosmopolitan.
It's beautiful.
They got a speakeasy called Beauty in Essex, which is really, really cool too. Ooh, if Absinthe is still there, go watch Absinthe. It's amazing. I think it's now off. Oh man, it used to be the Caesars property. Might be now Cosmo, but it's a show. It's a really, really cool show.
There's a guy at Caesars, as soon as you walk in after the valet on the right side, he always has a blue suit on with a yellow tie, and he can get you hookers. Really reasonable at a good price.
Yeah, I was going to say
You and
Bunny
your girl
Ranch.
are going to love
Don't forget
that.
Bunny Ranch.
You and your girl are going to love that.
The hottest spot in Vegas.
Yes.
That's a little bit of a drive, though, from Caesars to
But
Bunny
you
Ranch.
can drive out to, if you want to get out of Vegas for a little bit, to the Grand Canyon. They do helicopter tours,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
It's
So
beautiful.
You want to change it up a bit.
Especially this time of year.
Oh, my God. It's breathtaking. As far as what to bring what you can afford to lose. And don't bet early on the trip, because if you lose, then you might be pissy the whole trip, and that's not a good thing. So maybe just before you're leaving, put all your money on one spin. Then you get on the plane, and you're happy or not.
Ooh, and nowadays you can go visit the Sphere.
Oh, that's awesome.
You can check that out.
Yeah, that's great. Great job, Franny. Awesome. But remember the guy in the blue suit right by the valet for a hooker.
Yellow tie.
Yellow tie. Great job, everybody.
There you go. Here's your WWGD for your Wednesday.
Yeah! We knocked it out of the park.
Is that a bow tie or is that full length?
No, it's full length.
Okay.
And he's always very
Is there
nice.
like a code for it or anything, or you just go right out and say it?
No, you will know him all the time. Just
No,
say,
I'm saying for what you want.
looking for entertainment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then he'll show you a book, like he has a little thing of you can pick somebody that he carries.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's full on pimp.
Oh yeah, no, he's a nice guy. Great business, by the way. Totally legal, by the way.
Bet he's crushing it.
He is crushing it. Good show today. I want to say that right away. I vote and I say yes. Jimmy, great job as always, and it is a great day on Real Radio. Great job.
Thank you very much, Greek. Thank you very much, Francis. Congratulations again to Sherry for winning $1,000 of a grand in your hand. And thank you for listening.
Franny, great job. Every day you get better and better. Oh, my God. You're like the price of gold. You're always going up. Great
Gold
job.
bars at Costco.
Gold bars at Costco. And inexpensive gas.
What aisle?
No, thank you, G-Man. Of course, Jimmy, thank you for everything. Thank you for listening. Be like Sherry. Win $1,000. Great in your hand. Your next opportunity is happening in around 10 minutes. Get the keyword from Rover from our morning show, Rover's Morning Glory. Take that keyword, enter it at realradio921.com. G-Man, parting words.
Don't ever love anybody more than you love yourself, because you will not let you down. And that goes to our market manager, Mark. Love you, bro. Peace.
Live without a net. Suck it, podcasts. Unless you're our podcast. That can get fixed in post, right? Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah. Can't believe it. Woo!
Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome.
It's $1,000 in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
West Palm Beach accident, Westgate Avenue. We're slow at the Military Trail. 95 looks good. Drive times are up to speed, accident-free if you're traveling the Turnpike. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by the Tudor Dixon Podcast.
Coming up on the Tudor Dixon Podcast, the life-threatening dangers of the abortion pill. Details you won't hear from the mainstream media. Check out this must-hear episode of the Tudor Dixon Podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Greek, and this Friday we'll be at Barrett-Jackson at the fairgrounds for a great event. All makes, all models, classic, new cars, all kinds of cars you can think of. It's this Friday at the fairgrounds. The Penthouse will be live, sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach. Stop by this Friday and see the Penthouse live, sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach, where the beautiful ladies are there 7 days a week until 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. It's Barrett-Jackson, it's the Penthouse, and Monroe's. Wow, I don't want to miss that. Peace.
Injured in a car accident in Palm Beach County or the Treasure Coast? With offices located in Palm Beach Gardens, Port St. Lucie, and Boca Raton, Smith Ball Baez and Prather Florida Injury Lawyers is here for you. Call us to schedule your free case evaluation. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton,